Clever girl.
Spoiler. Hey, screeners, how you doing? It's myself, the one AJ, Anthony Jordan.
And me, Nico Lurot. It's so nice to be getting back to a weekly schedule now. It's so nice.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it 100 with the screeners because that's what I do. This was a tough one, and I've been like burning the candles on both ends to like catch up with films, and I'm gonna put it out there. Went to my first bar mitzvah this Sunday gone and stuff like that. So I've been like all over the place, late times, and my face was like, I don't know if I could do it. And my girlfriend is like, yeah, babe, just see if you can push it. I'm like, no, we are just re-entering scheduled times. It's not happening this week. I'm sorry. Yeah. So yeah, that's the screeners.
Schedule times are a thing, bro. Schedule times are a thing again. Did you see Jurassic World?
No, bro. It's been back to back. It has been back to back for me this week.
Cool. Let me save you the money.
Huh?
Let me save you the money.
So I saw the Nico out of cinema reaction. Nice to see your grandmother in the background there.
Yeah.
I always watch your reviews post seeing the film. I don't mind watching the out of cinema feeling, and I was like, yeah, okay. Which
you know I don't. But it's such a letdown. You know, I don't give like numbered reviews anymore, right? I don't do the whole 5 out of 10 because 5 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 1 out of 10. Because too many times, like I've done when we were doing the numbering, we've had people commenting like, oh, but you gave that a 7 and this a 7. And you're saying they're just as good as each other. It's like, no. Apples and oranges. Don't compare just based on the numbers. So I thought I'd go a bit more me with a whole ranking system of you've seen. You know, like my top ranking now is must see in cinema. Yeah. This does not get a must see in cinema, which is strange when you consider what this movie is. There's something my grandmother said in the final scene of the movie. I won't give away what the final scene is, so not to spoil it for you. But she sort of looked at me and she said, so without detail, she said, so this is going to happen now, right? I'm like, it kind of looks that way. Yeah. She went, well, that's old hack. They've done that in every single movie, every time ever. Boring. And that sort of resonated with me. I was like, yeah.
That's sad.
It's so sad to say this. The series is done. They've run out of ideas. And here's the big thing, mate. This movie is not about dinosaurs.
Has it now become the how could I say it? Sorry, I'm slightly distracted because I had to send a link to someone through Facebook. It's been a nuts day for me today. So it's now character pieces, yeah. It's now focused on the people more than the dinosaurs, which is essentially what made this topic what it's about.
You always need to have characters in these big disaster or monster movies, of course, but the dinosaurs in the original Jurassic Park were very much the star attraction.
Yeah.
There's a line that they said in Jurassic World. I think it's Bryce Dallas Howard's character who says it. When she's talking to Chris Pratt and she's going on about how kids aren't interested in dinosaurs anymore. They've seen it all before. They need something new, which is why we invented the Indominus Rex. The irony of this franchise saying kids are bored of dinosaurs coming to fruition is not lost on me. Like it seems like it's not us. The audiences were there. That cinema was full, bro. Like people turned out to see this movie. Audiences are not bored of dinosaurs. I think the studios are bored of making these movies. Because although I didn't like Fallen Kingdom, it ended with asking a question. And I do say this in the review. It ended asking the question, what would our world look like if these dinosaurs were actually here? And the movie just doesn't answer it. It just says, yeah, forget that.
Which is stupid because that was the ending that they kind of sold.
That was the setup. That was literally the setup.
Yeah.
There is no next. There is no next. The dinosaurs are there, but like they're the biggest case of like in the background ever. It's madness. Like it's I want to say more, but I don't want to ruin it for you. Okay, this happens in the first 2 minutes of the film. Can I say that for you?
Yeah, go.
It's before the logo appears, so I'm not.
Okay, we're
okay. The movie's about locusts.
Okay.
The movie is about
Okay,
locusts
okay.
having been injected with prehistoric DNA, which are now threatening the human food supply. What about the dinosaurs? They're there too, but don't worry about them. It's like, what? This is not the thing you sold me in the last movie and in the trailer.
Yeah, which had me actually going like, ooh, where does it go? Now we're like
T-Rex and lion roaring at each other. The two literal kings of the jungle. Yeah, forget that. It's not interesting. So, no, it is interesting. I actually would like to see that.
Yeah. As much as you probably know which way it will end. And let's give me a little something. Tease me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nah, by the way, this fan is on because it's hot in London and in the studio. Can you hear it or not? It's not creating much.
I hear the fan from my laptop. I can't hear you.
You can't hear. Okay, good. By the way, people in the chat, if you're listening on headphones or listening on your phones or computers or whatever, if the fan is bothering you, please tell me and I'll fix it somehow.
Obviously, you have to be live squad to be able to say that.
You have to be live squad. So if you're pod squad, I do apologize.
There we are.
But yeah, bro, Jurassic World. Nico, is that a ponytail? No, Billy Mount. No ponytail. There is. Now I've messed my hair. Bro, Jurassic World is the biggest case of a 5 out of 10 movie I have ever seen. But it's not bad. The thing is that
it's just there. It's just there.
It's Monday Night Raw, bro. It's just there. Like all the people who are like, it's the worst in the franchise. It's like, nah. It doesn't have enough to do or not do to be the worst in the franchise. It's just there. It's the most frustrating because a dinosaur movie not about dinosaurs made me go, what the fuck? Like, what are we doing?
That's a problem. That is a problem.
It's a joke, mate. Like, save your money. Honestly, go and see Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
That's a fucking must-see in cinema movie.
Do you know what? The feedback from everyone who's seen Maverick is loving it. So.
It's so good. It's so fucking good. Not my movie of the year, but it's up there.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's so good.
It's good.
Yeah, so that's my thoughts on Dominion for people who haven't seen the review. And if you want to see the review, it's on the channel now. But yeah, you were gonna say something before I just jumped in and said, have you seen Jurassic World?
No, I was just saying, like, hey, it was more schedule. Just like I've got it in. I've seen them. I've seen them. It's as don't expect the whole like AJ on the moon with like a load of where was this and how did you find that? No, a lot of this is like memory. Like it's getting busier at work. So,
bro. We're talking about our list. I'll tell you what. This list is Jurassic World Dominion. Like, I cannot remember ever going through a top 10 list. And I apologize for the viewers. I don't want to deliver you all like a shit top 10, but I'm looking at this going, I almost feel like titling it the worst movies with 10 dinosaurs.
Do you know what?
This list is not good. Like, this is
like,
not a good selection of movies.
I enjoy my top. I can even go to top.
My top 7 are admittedly good.
Yeah, I can enjoy my top 7. The bottom 3 are whoa. And I mean, even when I draw my number 10, that is like reach upon reach, but it's like when it works and it fits in. Like
so my seven's the reach. I imagine we've got the same 10 and 7 in that case.
Potentially, we shall see.
Reaches as well, but
there was another reach I was tempted to go with, and I was like, but I know I teased Reptar. Reptar nearly made it because I was like, this is it's there. Some of the films I've watched are bad. They're like like multiple contenders for worst. One is like at number 8 could have easily. It was never going to be worse because of the other stuff I saw. But in any other list, you are getting buried.
You know what I'm saying? In any other list, you don't make the list. Like, all this list did is to highlight to me how much we owe to fucking Steven Spielberg. Because oh my giddy aunt, it's slim pickings.
Yeah. I've had some fun with some.
There's so many. I went out of my way to watch movies that I'd never seen for this list, like old classics is a very loose term, but classic, like old. Let's just call them old because there's nothing classic about them. Just old, bad dinosaur movies. And but I'm not gonna lie, Super Mario's on my list.
Do you know what? Had I seen it again, I would have been like, yeah.
I watched
maybe.
it again, and I'm telling you what, I got more of a kick out of that piece of shit than I did some of these old ones.
So as you can see, guys, the silver screen dudes are extremely excited for this.
So pumped.
Like,
listen, I'm sure we're gonna have a laugh along the way.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm so thankful for? And I mean it. Like, I was just like, I hope he doesn't text me somewhere along the week and say, so I've been thinking, because we know what's going to be a guaranteed number one here, right? It's going to be everything except, and I thought, anyhow that except comes in, I am vetoing it at the highest degree because I have not found anything good. I was like, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
There are two I think need to be vetoed off the Rushmore because they're just going to crush, and it makes the Rushmore pointless. And it will also make the Rushmore a lot more interesting if those, I imagine it's both of our joint top two, are not on the list.
Potentially.
Hello, Mummy.
Yeah.
Is the baby okay? Don't joke. Carry on.
No, yeah. So you can't have the Godfather here and here is the baby okay and expect him to be like, okay, so we'll continue talking the shit dinosaur movies. No,
it's just because she never comes in the studio when like we're podding, and then it's like, is she's here? And I'm like, is the baby there? And she just looked at me in her cold Polish, she says she's good at sarcasm. The problem is she doesn't have any tonal modulation, so she just goes, the baby's dead. I'm like,
what? No, you don't
even be joking about that.
Don't do that. No,
like,
don't do that.
What the fuck?
No.
It's Eastern Europe. We joke about this shit. It's like, no.
We don't do this. No.
Also, my wife doesn't sound like that, but anyway.
Right. Okay. Shall we hit the comments or shall we hit the what the moment?
Let's hit the comments. So Francis Lalonde's in the house when AJ and Nico ruled the internet. Akita. And do mammoths mastodons counts? No. RJ. How is a mastodon? A mastodon is a mammal. A dinosaur is a lizard.
If we're going to play that game, all right, cool.
But in no way is it, then by that definition, a saber-toothed tiger counts. Also, a mammal.
Can we get it? I would. Do you know what? Not that anything's going to throw me off, but I was more in the dinosaur era, so all of those animals would have just fallen under the
title era. Is with dinosaurs.
Yes, but the dinosaur age era.
No.
They were there then. They were not there now.
Listen, if you want Ice Age, pick Ice Age 3. It had dinosaurs in it.
Fair enough, but I'm keeping the same poster because I'm not going to look for another. I don't give a shit. I'm being real here.
Also, I swear down, mastodons came after dinosaurs.
Well, my number 10 will say differently, but we'll get into it potentially.
Yeah, I'm going to have to fuck with you on this. You know that.
You can do. It's fine.
RJ Skarenki, who, unless it's someone who we know under a different name, could be Biffy the Hobbit, I'm not familiar with. So RJ Skarenki, thank you for joining us on the Movie Mount Rushmore. Welcome to the show and welcome to our weird little film family. And RJ Skarenki says, Jurassic Park, Tammy and the T-Rex and Carnosaur. Haven't seen those, except the first one, obviously. Now, RJ Skarenki then goes on to say, The Land Before Time, Dinosaur, and The Good Dinosaur. Yes. Yes. Hard yes. Gavin Mann says, good evening, all. Joker face, ma. If you know, you know.
Yeah, you've heard the...
it's not a rumor, it's confirmed.
So, well, I mean, there's two parts to it. Lady Gaga alongside Joaquin Phoenix for Joker 2, confirmed. Joker 2 to be a musical.
Love it. Love it.
Love it.
I love it.
Let's see what you're going to do with it.
Yeah. Exactly.
It makes it wacky, which is what the Joker's all about. So I'm not going to have an argument.
Now, also, if you give me Lady Gaga from A Star Is Born, I'm all in. You give me Lady Gaga from House of Gucci, no. Then the text in the house, yes. Hello, Dan. And goes on to say, my robot reminded me about the show. He's a good robot. Also,
who's called computer, not Alexa, for the record. Just want to prove my point from last week.
Are you happy?
Extremely.
Very good.
The fact that you've taken away a mammoth from me, I had to get something right this week.
Mammoth and mastodon. Jackie G's in the house. Good evening, y'all. Why is my mouse not working? Good evening to you, Jackie. Great to have you here. And Francis Lalonde, if you know. So are you going to have dinosaurs on your dinosaur tour? Hello. If you know, you know. Gavin Mann says T-Rex in a top hat with a black and white cane. That one's lost on me. AJ?
Sorry, Kevin. Do you know what? I may kick myself later, but right now, not a clue. Sorry, Gav. Completely out of it.
Jackie G says Jurassic World Dominion looked awful since day one, and I will not read the rest of that comment, Jackie, just because I don't want to get you in trouble, because I loves you. Frank Torres is here. Hello, Frank. Hello, friends. Hope you're both well. What are we going to do with Jeff Hardy? What are we going to do with Jeff Hardy? Did you post that video, by the way?
Yes, it's posted. It's posted. It's on TikTok and it's on.
Poor Jeff Hardy.
It's a tough time. I always love Frank because Frank always gives us our initial first tangent because it's a bit of wrestling news and we have to go off in it. The man needs help. For anyone not familiar with wrestling, we're talking about a man who's had multiple demons and addiction and has just been caught with a DUI for the third time in under 10 years, which means he could face up to 10 years in prison.
10 years in prison.
Yeah, so.
It's so sad, man. It's so sad. It pisses me off because that, as a father now, I'm imagining what if my little girl was crossing the road and this guy's tearing down drunk under the influence, it scares me. It's a part of me that says, like, bro, like the demons are one thing, but just call an Uber.
It's cool, but it's. I don't want to be there because I've not been there, so it's not for me to come and point the finger too hard or what have you. But accept that you need the help. I know it's sometimes you think you're okay and you're in deeper than you realize, but that's the point, and that's where I think help is required. I'm not saying an intervention, but for those who really care and are around him, show it. I've had my little Matt Hardy rant already. I'm not going to get into it on this pod, but yeah, it needs to be addressed.
So sad. It's so sad. I don't know if he's coming back from this. I think he's too old now.
We'll see.
Francis Lon says the worst Jurassic Park. Lost World. I'd say Fallen Kingdom.
I'm not. Me and the Jurassic Park franchise are it's weird. Like Jurassic World gave me a bit of hope. The other parks I wasn't too into. I've got to be honest.
Jurassic World 1, I am an unabashed defender of. I like that movie. Yeah. Really do. Billy Mount says, do you think Chris Pratt is likable in the first Jurassic World? Yes. Yes, I do. Billy Mount goes on to say, I've heard the Dominion is terrible and reviews not good. It's not terrible. It's just
not good.
There. It's just not great. It's 5 out of 10. Yeah. And Francis Lon says, by the way, picked up a copy of Hidden Figures. Can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, I'd like to hear when you're ready, Francis. Anytime, we're here. Every Tuesday.
Jackie asks, the same mistake as Godzilla vs. Kong, focusing on the people instead of the monsters. Yes, but unlike Godzilla vs. Kong, which at least had a nice payoff at the end, because call me a nerd, but when you put Mecha Godzilla in a movie, I'm going to fucking nerd out. This didn't give me anything that made me go, okay, that's pretty cool. Was it fun to see AJ's favorite, like, Dilophosaurus again? Yes. Bro, I saw that dinosaur and I was like, AJ!
It wasn't as bad for me, I'll be honest. It wasn't as bad for me. Jurassic Park really gave me the heebie-jeebies in that, but yeah, it was still.
Bro. And it's again the guy with the glasses who eats the bullet on the Dilophosaurus. It's Indeed. Like, why are you doing the guy with the glasses all the time? Billy Mount says, not just dinosaur movies, will the next list be about shark movies? So it's funny you asked this, Billy, because Jackie G on Twitter actually said at some point we do need to do a top 10 shark movies. And I pitched, what about for Halloween?
Could do.
I mean, people are genuinely afraid of sharks. Like, they shouldn't
be. I'm not opposed to that. It gives me enough time as well. I was just thinking, have we not done shark movies?
I know we've been talking about it a long time, but we'll have to go through our archive. Yeah. Francis Lalon, not Francis Lalon. Jackie G says, priority question! Is Velocipastor on the list?
Yes. I'm not going to spoil it.
We shall see. Not going to spoil it. Francis Lalon says, Kung Fury?
I am going to spoil it. Sorry. I am going to spoil it.
You are going to spoil
it. I'm not going to do too much of a spoiler, guys. I will be starting shortly, so maybe, Francis.
No to Kung Fury. No to Kung Fury, which I suppose now gives away the answer to the Velocipastor question, based on how I answered. Gavin Mann says, have you guys watched Chip and Dale yet? It qualifies.
If only I'd known. Two birds, one stone. Shit. No, sadly I hadn't, Gavin, because that will be on that would have been there. It looks like great fun.
RJ Skorenki, I've seen your next comment, but just for AJ's sake, I'm not going to read it out because he hasn't seen it yet. And then the text says, oh my God, I was joking about Mario. Yeah, I know you were, bro. And then I went and watched these dinosaur movies.
I'd be interested to see what your top 10 is then, just if you could omit. I mean, I was able to, just because I can't remember the last time I've watched.
Yeah, because you're cheating and you're using Ice Age.
3. I said I'm going to keep the same poster.
Have you seen Ice Age 3?
I have, actually. I'm quite a fan of Ice Age franchise.
You're so lying to me right now.
No, I am. They're a blur to me. I'm not going to lie to you. They're a blur to me. I can't remember which ones where Queen Latifah thinks she's a whatever she thinks she is. But she's a mammoth, but she's mistaken herself.
Oh, she's a mammoth and thinks she's I think it's a weasel, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah. I can't remember which one it is, but I do actually watch the Ice Age collection. It's there. Bro, it's on Disney Plus as well. That would have been easily wiped out. I will just be saying Ice Age 3. Loved it. I'm not going to lie to you guys because I can't remember which one's which, but I do have a bit of fun with them.
They're not great, but they have got some character, the Ice Age.
I'm going to explain it from Ice Age 1 as to why I like the franchise. And yeah, we'll just leave it as that because there's not much more I can do. But
Billy Mount asks, why is my mouse working so poorly tonight? Speaking of Mario, could you guys picture Chris Pratt as Mario in the upcoming Mario movie? Yes.
I can actually.
I can picture anyone playing anyone because we live in a world where Colin Farrell has played the Penguin, where Heath Ledger has played the Joker. Like,
yeah,
these are castings you just wouldn't see. But we live in a wonderful world of modern cinema. Anything's possible. I have anything about does this guy look like that guy? So I take that out. For me now, it's a dead argument just because how they can make you look in movies now is crazy.
Especially
crazy.
Especially Farrell as the Penguin. My God.
Bro, freaking Bradley Cooper was a raccoon.
Well, I mean, that's something else. You know, he didn't dress up as a raccoon to do it. But yeah, I get where you're going. Anything's possible.
Anything is possible. Harry's boy says best musical with dinosaurs in. Actually, I think I have one, and it's coming up on my list. So I'll keep stum on that one.
Cool.
Big Tone in the zone. How are we doing, fellas? Good to have you here, Big Tone.
Good. How are you?
Billy Mount says, Nico, do British public service announcements scare you? No? Should they?
What public service announcement are we talking about? Like, if it's like run for cover, it's about to go down, then it may not scare Nico. Sure as hell scares me. I don't know where that came from.
Fair play. All right. Oh, lots of porn. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Blocking the porn. Lots of porn links.
If there's Dino porn, it may be a link worth giving because the top 10 is.
I was going to say, if people like the porn, well, you've missed it now. Billy Mount. Sorry, I've skipped a load of questions here because the porn fucked me off. Billy Mount says, which one's villain was worse, Dominion or Morbius? Oh, Morbius.
So, hold on. More importantly, the porn fucked you off. So once again, the penis got you.
I do need to upload that video, you know. The penis got me. I've got to get that video up at one point. Jackie G asks a very good question. When is Shark Week? That's a great question.
That is a good question. That would tie in well.
Shark Week 2022. Next month, 24th of July to July 31st.
We could try that. Talking of, well, not necessarily sharks, but underwater living. Can I just put it out there, guys? Do head on over to @Nico Lurot on Instagram. Some awesome Dubai shots there and water rings. Water, yeah.
Oh, you like my little bubble rings, yeah?
Nice.
People are always, it's mad, isn't it, mate? Because there's shit because I've been diving so much, obviously. The shit that interests me now, you show it to people and they're like, you know, I'll go in like a cave which has never been explored, like literally never seen by the human eye, or like find a shipwreck in the middle of the Mediterranean, and you show it to people and they're like, but you show people a fucking clownfish. It's like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's like...
So I was meant to share this not too long ago. Have you heard? I mean, you know quite a bit about fish and the underwater world. Have you heard what they've said? That someone posted this thing that said, if Finding Nemo was true to life, do you know what happens with clownfish?
I mean, they changed sex.
Yeah. So it actually said, like, if Finding Nemo was true to life, once the mother had died, the father would have turned into a mother and would have mated with her son. But I thought, there we go. That was an
It's
issue.
correct.
Yeah. Marlin would have mated with Nemo.
Every full moon. Every single full moon that happens.
There we are.
It's very cool. We had on one of our local islands just south of Phuket, there was one resident clown, like family of clownfish living in an anemone there. And based on the moon, obviously, because I know how these animals operate, I was always able to, like, it was a selling point. I could say to people, not only can I show you a clownfish, if you come at the right time of year, I could even show you the clownfish's eggs. And they're like, oh, it's like, bro, it's like the fucking third or fourth every month. Like, but it's weird, isn't it? The way you can twist it to people. It's like, I will show you clownfish eggs legitimately. And surely enough, you've got like these metal sticks. I know some people are going to be like, you shouldn't touch wildlife. I wasn't touching it with my bare hands. You could kind of just lift the enemy up. We're talking like the strength of a toothpick here. Like, this thing didn't damage any animals in case people are like, oh my God, burn the witch. But you kind of turn the enemy up. And surely enough, there are the eggs. And if and if you got too close, like the big mama clownfish will come in, bite the stick. It was very cool.
Nice.
It's very cool. But we are half an hour in, so shall we?
Let's get this ball on the road. Let's get this ball rolling, shall we? Okay, so would you like to tell people what the Movie Mount Rushmore is all about?
Yes, it's basically a top 10 show between two best friends from school who are coming up to 30 years of friendship now. So for those of you tuning in for the first time, thank you so much for joining us. If you are watching us live, you are the live squad. If you are watching us on the YouTube channel after we finish airing it live, you are the video on demand, the VOD squad. And if you are watching us on podcast, or listening to us on podcast even, that would be better. You are the pod squad. Whatever it is, you can always reach out to us at Movie Mount Rushmore on Twitter, at Movie MT Rushmore, and just drop the hashtag in Live Squad, Pod Squad, VOD Squad, just so we know who you are, and then you can comment with us. That would be awesome. But how does this show actually work? AJ and I get us onto topic, we go our separate ways, and we come right back here into recording and deliver to you, the Silver Screen Dudes, our individual top 10s. This week, AJ will go first, delivering his bottom 3. I will deliver my bottom 3. AJ will deliver his next 2. I will deliver my next 2. Then we will trade one apiece. If at any time while we are rounding off our individual top 10 lists, one person has a movie in a high position, the person will say,
punt.
And we will punt and talk about the movie when we get to the high position. Once we have both rounded off our individual top 10 lists, we will create the Movie Mount Rushmore. These are the 4 quintessential, diverse, must-see movies of the genre, which this week is...
Top 10 dinosaur movies. But guys,
nope.
Top 10 movies with dinosaurs.
Get the wording right, or we're going to be screwed.
Prehistoric animals. Anyway.
No, definitely not.
But anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, long story short. So, guys, that's what will happen. We will create the Movie Mount Rushmore. We will create the top 4 must-see movies of the particular genre. It then gets harder. It gets even more challenging for you guys, because while we crown the top 4, you have to crown the best of the best of the best of the best. El Capitan, El Numero Uno. And to quote Highlander, in the end, there can be only one. So last week our topic was?
Last week our topic was the best movie about the moon.
And our contenders were?
Our contenders were Despicable Me, Moon, 2001: A Space Odyssey, and Apollo 13. Tighter than I thought, this one.
Yeah, cool. Right, I'm just going to go based on the way I can see this going. Despicable Me at number 4.
Good guess. 14%.
2001, you've heard?
No.
Yeah, okay. Moon?
Yes. Moon had 19%, and then there was only 1% separating the top 2.
Oh, don't let me down, people. 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Nope.
Congratulations. So Tom Hanks was in at number 2.
Apollo 13 in at number 2, and 2001: A Space Odyssey in at number 1 with 34%. Don't bet against Kubrick.
Yeah, okay. Right. Congratulations to 2001: A Space Odyssey. Now the Rushmore begins.
Just before the Rushmore begins, if you guys are fans of the content we put out, and we do try to put out content that brings you all together, has a nice little family vibe, makes you laugh, makes you smile, hopefully, or just makes you laugh at us, which is fine too. You can support the channel. It will always be free. The podcast will always be free. It will never go away. But if you do like the content we make and you want to support us with a little sum for less than the price of your daily Starbucks, I'm literally £2, like literally £2. If you do want to support us, you can head on over to buymeacoffee.com/movie dudes. The link is in the description below, both video and podcast. And if you are new to the YouTube channel, RJ Skarenki, looking at you. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're here every single Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. BST, British Standard Time. And yeah, that's how we're going to roll. So if you like us, you can support us. And if you're new, you know where to find us every week.
And that's the one. Also, guys, if you do have multiple accounts, feel free to subscribe from as many as you wish. It helps. I'm just Google, look at numbers. We need numbers. Okay, so I'm going first this week, yeah?
Yes, sir.
So, as I said, this is reach. But I also feel like it was a letdown. Potentially could have been worse. Power Rangers, the movie.
Wait, what?
Yeah, exactly. You're going to be like, where? Did they not fight dinosaur skeletons at the end, near the end, before they got into their whole new costumes and whatnot? And that is why I think it's...
Oh, they did. Fuck me. You're quite right.
Yeah, so that was kind of my thing. And again, in a world it would have been worse. My worst is yet to come. It's been mentioned by someone already, but yeah, in a world where
this is terrible,
where the Power Rangers took over the world was the most adored and followed thing.
Yes,
it really slowed down the steam. Like that train nearly came to a dead halt on this because it was bad. It was bad. You've taken away all the things that we loved. And everything, and then it became you gave us the Falcons and the Gorillas and the whatever.
I like the Falcon,
bro. It was cool, but it wasn't the original stuff, you know.
It wasn't the fucking Dragon Zord.
Oh, there we go.
Get me?
Yeah, it's that. It wasn't T-Rex. It wasn't Triceratops. It wasn't Mastodon. You know, like go through the list, and that's why I was saying the
pterodactyl. Come on, get Kimberly in there.
Yeah, of course.
Love that girl. Amy Jo Johnson.
Tiger, that was in there as well. So you didn't get where I was going with this one. I was like, yeah, maybe they were around at the same time. but,
definitely weren't, but carry on.
But like, I just find it very sad of what the Power Rangers movie could have been. I nearly went with the remake because it did.
No,
I would go.
Remake was fun.
It was fun, and it did show the dinosaurs. But I don't really appreciate the way I saw the dinosaurs. If we're going to be honest. I'd
agree with that.
So in that's why I went with this and the god awful dinosaur bones, which look like Natural History Museum come to life.
Big Cone says this was better than the reboot. No way, no how, ever.
I can understand it. I'll tell you why I can understand it, because you
explain, because I don't. So you're going to need to explain to me.
You have the continuity of the official thing, whereas some of the reboots, the Zordon, the Alpha was nowhere near true to form. You know, the bonding.
None of it was true to form. Take away the aesthetic thing. Yeah, take away the Elizabeth Banks was fucking great as Rita Repulsa.
That worked.
She was legit scary.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way that the Zords molded together at the end. That pissed me off. I didn't like the designs. I didn't like, essentially Zordon's design, Alpha's design, the Zord's design. The story was much better than what that fucking original movie was.
Well, the original, but remember, the remake is working off of the TV series, whereas the original film had to continue. So they had a very easy blueprint because they had the shit that we could relate to. We're like, oh, of course, this is the story that we loved from the beginning. Slight creative liberties behind it. Whereas this one tried to extend and cash in off the hype train that was the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in the height of its game. And it just sadly...
I am sad we're never going to see a sequel because that movie flopped. And they set up a sequel so beautifully.
It was set up nice. It was. I mean, there's no denying that. And, you know...
Tommy
Oliver. It's funny how Tommy just way surpassed Jason, isn't it, in the end of it all? Like, who's Jason to some people? Like, Jason isn't a thing to some people. Tommy has made it in, I believe, every
franchise. Yep. There's even an episode where they do like a kind of, Crisis on Infinite Earths episode where they've got characters from every single franchise and every single series that comes in. And with all of the top stars there, Tommy Oliver is still the star. And as he's walking away, they go, that's why he's the best. Yeah. It's like, no shit.
But you get all of that kind of thing, isn't it? I think I've seen part of this or something. And it's like, all of it's going down. It's like, Tommy's here. Like, it's like the whole world pauses for Tommy. It is what it is.
Bro, when he descended as the White Ranger, it made me so happy. I still remember as a kid, I had a tear in my eye. I was like,
I love the White Ranger, but there was nothing cooler than green.
Like, no,
green.
Evil Tommy was a badass. Green Ranger.
Even when he convert, like when he finally joined side, when he finally saw the light, it was like, oh my god, he's there. And then that kind of part where it was like, oh my god, she still has control over him. It just worked. And as you said, Dragon's Sword. I still want that damn dagger. I still want that.
You know, I had it. Oh man, I loved everything about it. It was the biggest fucking gimmick for selling toys to kids ever, but it worked. I bought all the toys.
It sure as hell worked. Yeah.
All right. Well,
so that was my number 10.
Interesting shout. Billy Mountain says, "Have you guys seen that Power Rangers fan film with James Vanderbeek? What now? Wasn't Katie Sackhoff also in this? If so, then yes, I have. Where they look at I think the Red Ranger's gone evil or something, and they're all looking for Tommy. I think if that's the case, yes, I have.
Yeah, that's ringing a bell.
It is. Yeah. I think I have seen it. RJ Skorenki says the reboot was good, but they took too much damn time before they became the Rangers. I agree with that.
Preach.
Frank Torres says was asked once if I saw the episodes where all the Power Rangers turn evil, and I thought they're all in high school, don't they all turn evil? Porn is back, blocking the porn, and we're good. More porn, blocking more porn. We're doing something right if we've got so many people like porn dropping us. Let's put the user in timeout. Carry on then. That was an interesting choice, but I like it.
Yeah, but as I said, the reaches are out there.
I like an outside the box thought. All about that.
This is thanks to Francis kicked it off, and I think Jackie was also able to chime in on it. Yes, I'm talking Kung Fury. Now, this book, if you are wondering, it's on YouTube and it's half an hour. I was very happy when I went to look for Kung Fury to find Triceracop and found that it was available on YouTube and was only half an hour in this very tight time that I had. My God, is it awful?
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Have you seen it?
Yes, I have. It's fucking awful.
It was bad. It was bad. But
Triceracop.
Do you know what? Do you know why I give these guys ratings for this and my number 8? Yeah, they're aware of how bad they are, and they just take in the absolute piss. That's the thing.
Hang on, your number 8? You didn't,
bro. I told you it's not been a good week for me. I kicked it off. Huh?
What is your?
Wait.
What the fuck?
Wait for it because
Aztec T-Rex.
I've not even heard of that.
It's so bad. It's on Amazon Prime. It's so bad. Conquistadors arrive in Latin America, and the Inca temples are being protected by a giant T-Rex. It's so bad.
But this one, I must admit, this one, it's a free desperation because I actually thought this was going to be my worst. Because I was like, when I saw that he was fighting Hitler and he was called the Kung Fuhrer, I was like, what is going on?
That made me laugh.
I laughed, but I was like, oh my God, what you guys are reaching for absolutely everything. Like the fact that there's going to be a Kung Fury 2 makes me think, is this that people are actually spending their money in life? But I appreciate.
Is this how two best friends are spending their time during the week when one is married and one is in a committed relationship? Answer: yes.
What are you doing on your way to a bar mitzvah? Kung Fury, baby. Like it's weird. It was all kinds of. It was bad. Do you know Triceracop? I thought was bad and weird and shit. It's when I saw the raptor with the laser eye, and I was like, no. I was like, this is all kinds of terrible. and it was just the weirdest story of piecing together. Even the parts when it was like the cop who was talking to the guy at the beginning. When I first saw this, I was like, "What am I watching?" Where he just like was it the skater? It was like, "What are you doing?" And he like kick flipped the freaking skateboard and sent the car away. I was like, "Oh, good lord!" But the dinosaurs were more prevalent than the Power Rangers movie, hence why it made it to number 9.
Fair play. That's fucking awful that has actually made it on. We're nearly at 200 episodes, and we're like, are we scraping the bottom of the barrel so hard that we're talking about Kung Fury?
But it gets worse. But it's the one that we had long waited to see, bro. And I finally saw it. You finally saw it. We're talking on number 8. The Velocipasta.
Punt.
We're punting. Okay, cool. Oh, sorry, my bad. Over to you.
RJ Skorenki says, you want a bad movie? Theodore Rex with Whoopi Goldberg.
I was going to rewatch this. I didn't have the time. Not rewatch it. I was going to try to watch it. And I think I may have seen it, but yeah.
Jackie G says, Kung Fury and Velocipasta are great movies because they are bad on purpose. We're not supposed to take them seriously. Kung Fu is a great, awful movie.
That's the credit I gave them. They realized they couldn't make it good, and they just went with it.
I've got something deeper to say about Velocipasta, but we'll talk about it when we get there.
Cool.
It might be reach, but we'll talk about it.
Cool.
Billy Mount says, are you guys looking forward to Kung Fury 2 since they're bringing Arnold Schwarzenegger and Michael? The fuck? Don't lie.
I knew Arnie was going to be. I didn't know Fassbender was in it.
Do not lie.
So here we go, guys. Here we go, guys. I'm going to do the most shameless plug and plea of my life ever. Right? People are actually donating and getting sponsors for stuff like Kung Fury and Kung Fury 2. Half an hour of entertainment that could be improved. You guys have great entertainment for 2 to 3 hours every Tuesday. If you don't mind spreading the word to those Kung Fury people and say, hey, you want to talk movies? You want to have a good time? Here's 2 guys. I'm just saying. I'm not saying put the coffees out there, but
the coffees
if you could just show the sponsors this way, it would be greatly appreciated.
The coffees indeed are there. buymeacoffee.com/the movie dudes. Thought I'd bring the banner up again.
Shameless plug, but I mean, if we could get Arnie and Fassbender in Kung Fury 2, I'm sure we could get a studio.
Billy Mount, I'm not saying you're lying. When I'm saying like don't lie, I just mean like surely not. And the porn is back. Fucking the porn.
It's an English term as opposed to like we say you're an actual liar.
Don't lie. It does. I'm not literally saying you're a liar. I'm literally like there's no like how is. I mean Arnie, I get it. He's at the end of a very very prominent bad career. Fassbender, I'm sad to see go there.
Unless they call him to be Bond, he's going to be Mr. Assassin's Creed. So yeah, probably Kung Fury 2.
They're not making more of those fucking movies, are they?
What's that?
Short Assassin's Creed. Surely they're not making more.
No. But that's what I'm saying. That's quite a blemish on his resume. Sadly.
Oh yeah. Mistake. Big mistake.
Big time.
All right, my number 10. Oh, this is so shit. This is one I liked as a child because, of course, and I thought, I'll rewatch this. Maybe it'll rank high. Oh no. This isn't good. Prehysteria is bad.
I don't think I've ever saw that one.
So it's really shit kind of direct to TV kind of kids movie. Bro, sleazy museum curator called Rico, because we have to have some fucking racism in with our sleaze nowadays. Sleazy museum curator called Rico goes to the Amazon and steals the sacred eggs from a tribe, brings them back to the museum in a bumbling mix-up. Okay, so another side story. There's this farmer, and he's got a huge plot of land where they happen to magically be finding dinosaur fossils all the time, right? And these dino fossils he then sells to the museum in order to support his family, a young girl and a young boy. On the way to the museum, he's selling the fossils, and they, by accident, pick up these sacred eggs. Take the sacred eggs home, the eggs hatch, and you got a Brontosaurus, a Stegosaurus, a Triceratops, and a T-Rex. And it is some of the worst fucking animatronics you have ever seen. Like, I'm not lying. There is a 3 to 5 minute dance scene with animatronic baby dinosaurs going. Wah, wah, wah. It's like, what the fuck am I watching? What am I watching? Why did I like this as a kid? What was wrong with me? Like,
no, but do you know what? There's some stuff I will never. It's very rare that I've watched something back and felt like, God, no. I appreciate it for what it was at its time. I always say that, and I get it. It's a TV movie, but it was still 90s, and the 90s will give you that kind of fromage, as I like to say. So I accept it. But on the flip side, I mean, it's worth a laugh. You can't get away with certain things now, and that is in that category. But something tells me it might still be worth a watch to be like, oh, like, does it have family value? Does it have that kind of fun family movie?
I mean, the dad's a good, like, hardworking single dad. He's a widowed father, and the porn needs to stop. Seriously, I'm talking about baby dinosaurs too much tonight. If you porn people, stop. I know you're watching. Stop spamming. Billy Mount's quite right, though. This movie has the kid from The Last Action Hero, so that's true. Yeah. It is him. It is him. It is him. But it is. Oh, this movie's bad. Bad. It's what I've sold you. Yeah. Then obviously the curator wants to get his eggs back. It's a line I never thought I'd say, but there you go. The curator wants to get his eggs back. Little does he know the eggs have hatched. He sees the eggs. Oh my God, they've hatched. This could be worth millions.
Of course.
You see where you see where this is going.
Yeah,
it is fucking terrible. It is on my list by default.
I hear you.
Second shot, I probably should have put Ice Age in there. Anyway, yes. In at number 9, the movie which everyone's like, this is gonna be the worst. It's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. I rewatched it, and it's so shit, but it's so fun. Super Mario Bros.
I remember Yoshi being in it. I don't.
Yoshi's in it. That's all I got.
I don't recall.
King Koopa technically at the end does turn into a big fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Fair play. Sometimes there are certain lines that get blurred into if it's a dinosaur or not. There was another film that was going to make the list, couldn't make it because it wasn't a dinosaur.
There's a part of me that I think you insist that one watch this movie through the same prism as one watch Kung Fury and Velocipasta.
I don't know.
But neither do I. I'm reaching. Despite the fact it's got people like Dennis Hopper and Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo in it, like it's very hard to say, yeah, they were clearly intending to make a bad movie. Obviously, it's like obviously not. But there's always a part of me as a kid. Do you remember when like King Koopa arrives like back in our world, and he turns like the big like construction tycoon into a monkey? I still remember the first time I sort of was like Donkey Kong.
I think I've kind of in the world of Mario that kind of made sense to me. It's like, are they going to do it? I think
construction guy, Kong, Mario, barrels. I was like,
there we are. Kong. Yeah. But it's actually been an age since I've seen this film. So
there's some things that people say that I think are a bit harsh. It's like it's not a Super Mario movie. I'm like, well, he high jumps, he uses big mushrooms. There are bombs in it. There are Goombas. They don't look good, but they are Goombas. Like, the movie's terrible.
I love how this happens. Like, normally we'll be like, so it wasn't my favorite movie. Do you know what this feels like? It feels a bit like when we were talking about First Man, and I was like, it's in the list, but my God, it's not great. Like, we've just done this, like a whole pile of, like, we saw that Jurassic World was coming out. We got excited. We didn't actually research what was in there first. So it's a bit like, yeah, so this is bad.
Big Tone says it perfectly. Mario Bros. Is switch off your brain goodness. It really is.
I really do need to revisit it because I remember being disappointed because...
Oh, that won't change.
Do you know what it is? Now that I expect the disappointment, I can expect... I might appreciate the parts of where they done it, but it's weird to create Mario because of the stuff that you want to see. Mario 64 made it a lot easier than Super Mario, if I'm honest, because does Mario still shrink from in Mario 64? I can't even remember. Like Mario starts off at a normal size, whereas when you had those Super Nintendo
in Mario 64, he doesn't get bigger or smaller. What in Mario 64, he gets the wing cap, the invisibility cap, and the metal cap, if I'm not mistaken.
You see what I'm saying?
And
now,
if I'm also not mistaken, he never shoots fireballs in Mario 64.
But you see what I'm saying? Now, when you take these situations of what Mario was in this time, you want to see the guy with the fireball. You want to see the guy shrink and grow. It's weird. It's stupid shit, but it's the stuff that you're looking for. King Koopa, Bowser, whichever way you want to call him, was nothing but a freaking dragon / dinosaur. God knows what he was. That's the kind of stuff you want to see. When they don't look like that, you feel quite betrayed. You're like, well, okay, they're giving me it. It's there. He's not jumping up through different pipes and entering different worlds. So you kind of like, yes, it's got the...
Technically, he did enter different pipes, though. Technically speaking. And he did the jump. And what I liked in this movie, although it's a terrible explanation, but at least they went some way to explaining why he can jump high. Boots.
Yeah, but it makes sense. It makes logical sense. It's the kind of stuff that we're like, okay, it does it. But Mario was a guy who jumped and broke boxes and bricks and stuff like that. So you're like, you want to see all of this, and it's like, it's not happening. So it's like, it felt like it betrayed Mario. Whereas now, if I know it's not, I'm not going to see those. I'm like, well, okay, I can see how you tried to make it realistic while still in the Mario verse. Whereas as a kid, I was like, you've just fucked Mario.
I did actually love the way that when they were arrested in the Dino world. What's your name? Mario. What's your second name? Mario. And every like diehard nerd is like, that's not your second name. But we can't be having Bob Hoskins go, Watashi wa isekuni desu. It's like, nope. Mario Isekuni. Like, you don't look like an Isekuni to me, my friend.
There we go.
Oh, dearie me. RJ Skarenki says something here I'm going to agree with. I don't know why people shit on this movie so much. Super Mario Bros. Is a 90s classic. Emphasis on 90s. And I agree with that.
I've broken down why I shit on it. Because it didn't give me the stuff that you realistically couldn't get. So that was my beef with it, you know? It would have been fun if you had like a twins reunion and it started off as Danny DeVito, then he takes a mushroom, he grows into Arnie. It would have been fun. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Give me that. But it never happened, so... It is what it is.
Jackie G says, I'm glad I don't remember much of Super Mario Bros. Because I completely forgot about the dinosaurs. Yoshi. Got little Yoshi.
That's Yoshi.
It. That's literally it. Billy Mount says, have you guys seen that Lost Mario anime movie? No, but I do remember that fucking Mario anime series that nearly nobody watched.
I remember the Mario cartoon from back in the 90s with like Lou Albano and stuff. That was fun. I can't tell you much about the others.
Then the text says, damn it, I missed so much. Mario is batshit crazy. It was. It was. So that is my number 9. So my number 8. Okay. Edutainment for the week. Some edutainment for the week. A movie I saw way back when again. This is one people would say is a classic. The reason it's my number 8 is because it has aged horribly.
I'm guessing this is one of those Chew It commercials. Like when Chew It just... Yeah.
1 million years BC. Not heard of it?
I've heard of it, just didn't see it. Or just
Have you seen The Shawshank Redemption?
Yes.
You remember Fuzzy Britches, the poster under which he escapes?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Raquel Welch.
Raquel Welch, that's it. The idea of this movie is not a bad one. The story-wise, there's nothing inherently wrong. What they set out to try and do is also not wrong. It's also the first time in cinema history you see a moving Triceratops on screen, so it's got some history to it. The problem is that the fucking dinosaur effects have aged so horrendously, AJ. Like, a lot of people are saying, no, don't remake classic movies. No, I would bat hard for this movie to be remade. Because there's an idea in here that...
With the right technology gives you...
With the right technology, but also... It sounds crazy to say with the right director, because an important part of this movie, there's no dialogue. It's full of humans. There's plenty of human characters. There's no dialogue. all the talking they do to each other is kind of like they say their names to each other, like Loana, Tumak, right? But that's about it.
I'm quoting Mel Gibson. Yeah.
I mean, bro, I'll be real. It's like a lot of it's kind of implied through movement and through action and through grunting, you know? So on that basis, there's actually quite an interesting idea here. With the right director, the idea of doing a silent
Mel
movie
Gibson.
effectively. Oh, why Mel Gibson, out of curiosity?
I think what he's done with Apocalypto and stuff like that.
I mean, they're talking a lot.
There's talking, but I reckon it was based on subtitles, even though he made them learn it. But I reckon he has that direction to give people. Like, bear in mind, when I first started watching the film, when I didn't get subtitles with the version I procured of the film, you're working with action, and the action gave away what I was looking for. So, yeah.
What they've done is some of the dinosaurs are like Chew-It toys, like Chew-It commercial monsters, as you said. What they've done on the other side is that they've taken things like tarantulas and iguanodons, and you can tell that like the foreground of the movie, so like the lower half of the screen is like where the humans are, and then the upper part is the background. And all they've done is they've taken a video of an iguana and made it really big, so the iguana looks like dinosaur size. But it's like, if they hadn't done that and just stuck to the dinosaur stuff, I would have been like, okay, it looks shit, but you've got a good idea here. And the story, in essence, is about these two brothers who are part of what's the Rock Clan. And the head of the Rock Clan, who's the father, gets betrayed by one of the brothers. The other brother gets excommunicated to I think they're called like the Sea Clan. That's where he meets Raquel Welch. Because he's so violent in the Sea Clan and more peaceful, he gets kicked out the Sea Clan. Raquel Welch goes with him. He brings her back to his Rock Clan where he takes over. There's a big milli-milli of clans intermingling here, like, and some clan warring going on. So it's not well executed. The ideas behind it are good. I'll be honest, though, the reason it's my number 8, this is a very, very hard movie to sell to someone and say, sit down with this, you'll enjoy it. Not so much. It's a slug to get through, bro. It's a real, despite only being an hour 40 long, it drags like a motherfucker.
Sometimes that could be quite a length. Yeah, it's one of those things. I think it's a bit like
fuck's sake.
I wouldn't want to say Journey. Was it Journey to the Moon, the French silent movie, where you have to give it its credit for its time. I've not seen it, so I can't really talk. And I joke with the Chew-It ads, but like. It may have been really groundbreaking at its time, you know. I'm just working with the fact of it could have been something fresh. So creative liberty.
Oh no! It was fresh. There's no doubt. In the '60s, this would have blown people away.
That giant iguana that we're talking about is the best they could do at that time. You know, this is practical, doing what practical does, and it's only when you realize, well, maybe that didn't work. Let's build something. So you know, I'm sure cinema owes a lot to it. I'm sure. So.
Cinema owes a huge amount to it. I think for people who are actually, to be fair, like our audience, actually, for people who are genuinely interested in the history of cinema, yeah, this film is a sell. To your average movie fan, to say to them, hey, go and watch this as a form of enjoyment, not so easy. To like people who are interested in film history, this is a must-watch.
Do you know, I have this strange feeling. My grandparents still have it on VHS. I remember, like, when I'd go to their house, they would always have these VHS, this collection of film. I'm pretty sure 1,000 years BC is one of them. So, hey.
1 million years BC.
1 million years BC. I can't remember. I just remember seeing the box anyway. But yeah,
it does need a remake. I think remade, and I do like your idea of pitching Mel Gibson in kind of the way he directed Apocalypto. I think that's actually a very nice idea. So, yeah, I would vouch for this to be remade. Hard. Cool. Especially now that the Jurassic franchise is done. Done. Francis John says Raquel's dialogue was scintillating.
I'm sure it was, Francis.
The whole thing is Tumak, Luana, Tumak. It's like, that's the whole thing. Yeah, you really employed her for her acting chops on this one. I mean, listen, she is. I don't find her pretty. Like, I may be on a small island there. She's smoking hot, but I don't think she's pretty. But the fucking curves on the girl is like Jesus.
I know what you mean. I mean, I'd have to see the film, but I get the breakdown of attractiveness that you're talking about.
Big Tone says, I love this movie. The OG groundbreaking for its time. No doubt. Absolutely no doubt. Republic Productions, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for joining us. Says Jurassic World Dominion is the worst movie since The Rise of Skywalker. I vehemently disagree on that statement, but you are entitled to your opinion. The worst movie since The Rise of Skywalker, hands down, is Morbius.
Oh my God. Daniel Craig has been let off the hook.
No, that's not a bad movie. I just hate the fucking things they do in it. I hate their creative choices in it. The movie's not badly made.
Yeah, I remember saying that. It's not a bad movie.
Remember I said in my review, I hate this movie.
Yeah.
I'm pissed off that I actually hate a Bond movie. Fuck Craig.
Morbius, man. I'm scared. I know you're going to say don't
you don't know how bad it is.
Oh, man. It's so sad. So sad.
So bad. So hang on. Gavin Mann says, I know this is a film podcast, but what are England doing in that game against Hungary?
I would love to be able to tell you, bro, but I mean, I could tell you check the score.
No. You carry on. It's your show. It's your shout. Go. Let me check.
Have you? That was your number 8.
You are fucking kidding me.
Okay, go.
Guess the score.
2-0.
4-0.
Ouch. How many minutes?
Full time.
Allow it. Okay.
But yeah, it's coming home. England are going to win the World Cup.
Can we just qualify at this point?
It's not a qualifier. It's a fucking glorified friendly. Hang on. Billy Mount says, Nico, you don't like Sean Connery as Bond? Love Sean Connery as Bond, Billy. Hate Daniel Craig. With the fire of 1,000 suns. Huh?
Where did Connery come from?
Not sure where Connery came from. Connery is a Don. Love Connery. Don't like what he does with women, but that's a different story. Republic Production says, is Jurassic World Dominion out in the UK? It's out here in the US. It is out. And I actually, if you hit the subscribe button, that would be greatly appreciated. And jump onto the channel now. I put a review up for it.
Well, not now, but after this podcast.
Once you've watched this podcast, you may then go and watch more of our content. But yeah, we've got a sort of 8-minute review up on it on the channel now. Okay, AJ, over to you.
Well, come on, bro. If you're going to talk dinosaurs, you have to bring in the modern Stone Age family. The Flintstones.
Oh, bro, nice shout.
Yeah.
Can skip my mind.
Do you know what? It nearly skipped mine. And then I was going for it. I was like, do you know what? It's hard to say it was the greatest movie. It's around that same time as Mario.
It was charming. It was
charming. This is it. And it's weird, when you've got to really expand on a film and make it what it was. Like, from a TV series that's about 20 minutes, make it a full feature film. They done well. I think, got our favorite friend there, Rick Moranis as Barney.
Yeah.
Rosie O'Donnell as Wilma. John Goodman as good old Fred. I keep forgetting the person who played Wilma. I feel like such a dick. Let me bring
Wilma.
Let me get the post back one more time. Elizabeth Perkins.
Elizabeth Perkins didn't play Wilma. She played Wilma's mother.
Oh, right. Fair enough. Yeah. So Wilma to be confirmed. And I'm sure the screen...
Was that Elizabeth Taylor? Hang on. You've put doubt in my mind now. Surely Elizabeth Taylor.
Elizabeth Taylor was in it. Yeah.
She wasn't it. So, okay, Elizabeth Perkins was Wilma and Elizabeth... I'm just checking now. Elizabeth Taylor was... Yeah.
And I also remember Halle Berry being in this film. Oh, boy, do I remember Halle Berry.
The fuck?
She was. It's fair shit. She's there. Halle Berry's in it, bro.
Isn't... what's his face? The fucking captain from How I Met Your Mother. Isn't he the villain in this?
The captain from that. Wasn't it the guy from... I want to say Blue Velvet.
Kyle MacLachlan. It is him.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's him.
It is him.
It is him, isn't it?
Is he in How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah, he's a very... He's not a big role, but he's a recurring role that becomes very important.
How I Met Your Mother is something I want to give a bit more of a chance. I've always just watched
it's
it very,
good.
Here and now. I'll watch an episode 6 months later. I'll catch another.
Of course, Halle Berry's in it. She's Miss Stone, isn't she?
She is indeed.
Of course, the pretty Miss Stone. Of course,
But
it is Kyle MacLachlan. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fucking hell, this thing's got a cast to it, you know.
It's not a bad cast, right? But it done everything that you would see in the cartoon. It made the caveman like modern age in the Stone Age. That's exactly what it done. Like the modern Stone Age family. Yeah, there you go. But it's everything that you know. Their form of a dishwasher is a dinosaur. Their pet is a dinosaur. The construction for a crane is a dinosaur. Like everything is used with dinosaurs around them. So it was great fun watching this film. As you said, it's charming. It wasn't the greatest, but I've always had fun with it. I've never said I've hated the Flintstones movie. It's been forever and a day again for me to go for it. But it's Carl McLaughlin, if I'm right, does he buy the construction site off of Mr. Oh, I can't even remember the guy's name.
Hang on. The original, but no, I think he's just got like I can't even remember the story, bro.
He's essentially building his own empire, isn't he? He's trying to build his own empire over bedrock. Long story short, good old Fred comes to the rescue, even though he's had a fallout with Barney along the way and all this usual on his own, then comes back. I always say Fred Flintstone's the man who taught me bowling as well, so we can't ignore that part. They do honor Fred Flintstone and his bowling in that as well. It's crazy, it's silly, it's stupid fun, but it's the Flintstones, and it's a lot better than any of the following remakes that they made. Nothing against the guy from
Fever Rock Vegas.
Yeah, what's the guy from Paul Addy? Yeah, he was okay, but he wasn't John Goodman when it came to being
Paul Addy is in
Full Monty. I'm sure he was the guy who
Full Monty and Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Fucking hell!
I'm sure it was him who played Fred. But I
think you're right. You know, I'm visualizing him in my head. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Republic Productions. Look, how come I hate Daniel Craig? But we do not have enough time for me to answer that. There is a 37-minute review of No Time to Die up on the channel as well. Well, I go into detail on that. The condensed version is because he played a huge part in the decision to kill off James Bond, which I think is sacrilegious. And if you disagree, that's fine. All of that.
You know, the funny thing is today. Again, I bring him up quite a bit. John, at the place I work to, he is a major Bond fan. We call him James Bond over the radio. We'll call him James Bond. He'll be like, "Yep, Bond."
We met him, didn't we? Met him, yes.
Yeah. Top guy, absolute top guy, heart of gold. We were talking about it, and we were just saying, "Oh, look, you know, we're so prestigious here. We've got a James Bond working for us." This is me and one of the chefs talking, and we were talking about. He goes, "You know, Daniel Craig was a good Bond." I goes, "He was." But I don't like what he done with the end. And I goes, my friend hates it. He goes, you know what? Me too. There is not a single person I have come across that goes, I understand what they did there. Not a single person.
It's indefensible. The only reason they did it is for the sake of being different.
Yeah, and it won't pay off. And then
because that arrogant motherfucker wanted to have his own condensed story. It's like, then the fact that you want that means you've missed the point of the franchise. You're a dick.
The saddest part behind that, because you can see it as a soft reboot, you can see it as its own universe. You know,
I see it as non-existent. The last 15 years didn't happen.
No, but either way. But what I'm getting is, no matter which way you look at it, you can't kill James Bond and then have your final scene say, James Bond will return.
It's the dumbest shit ever.
It's stupid. What are we going to do? 00 Heaven? Fuck off. Like, it's not working.
I swear that's a porno.
Oh, God. We've got enough of those in the comments. But yeah, no, come on. It was stupid as hell. Stupid as hell. But yeah, that was my number 7, The Flintstones.
Your number 6, please, sir.
I'm not sure if you saw this one. It's available on Disney+. Walking with Dinosaurs is a movie.
So I did see this. Is it not like a kind of documentary?
Bro, do you know what?
Which is fine. It's valid.
It still would have worked. And I'll tell you what, I was kind of thinking that's what I'm going to go for. I thought it's going to be one of those. And I was really, really, really expected to hear, good old David Attenborough. No, it didn't happen. Do you know who I see when it first starts? Carl Urban. I was like, whoa, hello. Carl Urban kicks off this film, driving. Basically, he's a archaeologist and he's taking his niece and nephew on a ride. And his nephew has, you know, those older teens kind of cool and has lost his passion for like dinosaurs and used to really love those as a kid. And that's how the story kicks off. So it shows him with this dinosaur tooth that Carl Urban's got, and Carl Urban walks off with the niece. His niece, sorry, not the niece, like the name. And this small bird pops up and starts talking to the nephew about, oh, would you? It's weird, but basically the bird becomes
proper weird.
It's not that weird, but it's now taking you on the journey because it's set in a modern time.
No. Sorry, this small bird pops up and just starts talking to the niece.
The bird, you can hear this voice come up, and it's a bird who comes.
What is this? A Jiminy Cricket shit? Like, what are we doing?
Kind of. That's the kind of thing they're trying to prove. And eventually the bird transforms. Sounds stupid, but it transforms into a prehistoric bird. Just work with me on this, yeah.
This is hard. This sounds really shit. Carry on.
But he then becomes the narrator to the story. So it's like this is what a bird would have looked like back then, and then it goes into the story. Now at this point, it now becomes the digital animation that it is, and it starts to tell this story, which is very similar to a lot of these other dinosaur stories of dinosaurs moving from one end of the earth. Go on.
I love Francis Lalonde's comment. Maybe Walking with Dinosaurs should have had Gilbert Gottfried, the voice of Iago.
That would have been cool.
Got the dinosaurs over here doing some dinosaur over there.
It was what's his name? Now I'm gonna. Oh yeah, God. I don't want to do this while I was working because it's always bad when you can't remember the names of the.
Who, what, where, when?
It's John Leguizamo who actually plays the voice of the bird. Actually,
yeah, Luigi.
Yeah, and yeah.
Who would have thought in a list of dinosaurs, John Leguizamo would come up twice?
Funny enough, there we go. Yeah, and so we're now following the story of Pachysaurus by the name of Patchy, buddy. There we go, and it's his journey.
Sorry. You can't. Pachycephalosaurus.
I don't know.
Not a Pachysaurus, you racist motherfucker. Like, what the hell was that?
No, you took it there. I just pronounced it wrong.
You said it there.
I pronounced it wrong.
A Pachysaurus, what is this? An old Pakistani person? Like, what the hell?
There was actually a joke about, not
so
a joke
bad.
in that sense, yeah, but there was actually one about an Asian guy who was watching. I'm not going to go there, but he talks about. Do you know what? It's not racist. It's not racist in the slightest. But he talks about going to see Jurassic World, and when they start bringing up the word, right? The first part of that dinosaur.
Yeah.
And he said how he felt very awkward each time because they've shortened it down in the film, and how people are looking at him because it's like two Asian guys in the cinema at the time. It's like it was kind of uncomfortable hearing it, but yeah,
every time they say Pachycephalosaurus, people look at the Central Asian guy. Jesus Christ. Even you're like, hey, the Pachysaurus.
But anyway, get lost. I think it's because of him with his story. But we're following this journey of, it's essentially very similar to the other stories you've seen of the baby dinosaur who's following in the lead. Very similar to a Lion King-esque type story where he's the smaller one and starts to build up and climb the ranks and leads. It's very similar to another film I'm going to bring up quite shortly, actually. So it's a nice story, but what I really liked about this one, right, is each dinosaur that they brought up, they actually gave it a small introduction and told you about the dinosaur and if they were carnivore, herbivores, a small little description, and then moved on and continued.
Okay, cool. So it's a dinosaur movie for non-hardcore dinosaur fans.
Yeah, so it's obviously Walking with Dinosaurs is based off of the documentary. It's even got the BBC endorsement with it. Do you know what I mean? So
Right.
It's worked around it. So it's showing you dinosaur life, but while still building a fantasy little story around it. It was fun. It's not. I preferred the other story of this journey of dinosaurs leading the herds, but it was nice. It was cool.
Republic Productions has got your back here, AJ. Nico, you keep saying it yourself. Racist.
This is what I'm saying. I pronounced it wrong. You're the one who took it there and be like, oh.
It just triggered that. You hear the P word now. You kind of go, the fuck? Like,
but just because I missed Cephala from the Saurus, we still have to say it to say it. Yeah. So there you go. Just ease up.
It's a Pachycephalosaurus. Carry on.
But that was it.
That was your 6. I have just added that to my list of must-see movies to watch when I'm stoned.
Give it a shot.
I will. When I'm stoned, I will absolutely watch this.
The beginning made it sound that way. Once you take that apart and it gives you the story of the dinosaurs, it's a nice watch. And as I said, for someone who's not deep in their dinosaur knowledge, you get a little breakdown of who each one is and then continue with the story.
So this is a reach. You'll have to forgive me. My next 3 entries by the Jesus wept. Okay, I apologize. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of my remaining 7 movies, 5 are animated, so I apologize.
Yeah. All right. We're in a similar category.
Okay.
It's what it is.
If we can't do Good Dinosaurs, fuck it. We'll do cartoons, huh? Fuck you, get out of here. Do the dinosaur cartoons. Number 7, you're going to say is a bit of a reach, but it has a dinosaur. Toy Story.
I nearly went with it, but I was like, no. Like, dinosaur has never really been Rex has never been the main focus, and I was like, ugh.
Yoshi was not the main focus in Super Mario.
I get, but he wasn't in my list. But for me, this is what turned it off for me. I was like, I really nearly went for it. I was like, yeah, cool film. He's got the dinosaur. Let's do it. But I was like, yeah.
Of all the films on here, if we were not doing a movie, a list which was revolving around dinosaurs, this would, of course, be a lot higher.
Yeah.
But, like, come on. Like, I'm playing with shit here. I'm literally playing with turds.
Like,
I watch.
Mr. Potato Head gets more screen time than Rex, isn't it? I get what you mean.
People were pitching me movies like Valley of Guan in the Valley of Guanxi, and I've seen that. That is terrible. That is an awful movie. I toured with Jules Verne's The Land That Time Forgot with James Mason. That is an awful film. Like, I was like, no, fuck it. Reach away and put Toy Story in there. Yes, the dinosaur's a bit part character. Yes, it's not at all about him, but can we just move on? Because the movies are so bad.
I think we've both done wrong. I think there is a Toy Story short movie that does actually focus on Rex. That probably could have done it.
We'll pick that.
Yeah.
This one, I'm going to go straight on to my number 6 here. But look, my number 6, it's another Pixar movie. Probably going to say punt. This one gets a bad rap for no reason. The Good Dinosaur.
That's a punt.
Okay. Over to you. A few comments just quickly. Let me see if anything's come through. Billy Mount says, Toy Story? I mean, yeah.
Work with us.
Toy Story, I'll allow it. Republic Production says, when I lived in Alaska, I visited a filming site of the Walking with Dinosaurs movie. Only good thing about the movie. Oh! Gavin Mann says, please come on. Rex is a dinosaur. You can't take that away from the poor guy. Francis Long says, Guanji rules. No. Den the Tech says Toy Story, the best trilogy ever. No.
Trilogy, yes. Quadrilogy.
Trilogy, no.
It's a good trilogy.
It's a great trilogy. It's one of the best. It's not the best. There's a little franchise called Lord of the Rings that exists, my friend.
And I will walk 5,000. Sorry.
Get the Eagles! I'll hear the jokes all day long. Doesn't change the fact that it's a fucking amazing trilogy. Gavin Mann says, Rex is also the real hero that defeats Zurg in Toy Story 2. That's true. He whips him off with his tail.
True.
Billy Mount says, Nico, what did you think of Toy Story 4? I found it to be unnecessary, but it was a good send-off for Woody.
Disagree. Sorry.
I hated it.
It was not a great story, and it was not the send-off Woody needed. Toy Story 3 had the send-off, not Woody, but the toys needed. Yep. It had the ultimate Passover. Whatever they done with Toy Story 4 just did not have anything redeeming at all. If you go back far enough, Gavin probably has. I don't know if anyone else has. But we discussed this when we were doing our movie news stuff, and we're like, we can't see how it was going to work. And essentially, when we saw it, we agreed that Toy Story also didn't know how it was going to work because they built this story very, very loosely. Just, we didn't have Bo Peep. So this is why you've not seen Bo Peep. And obviously, Woody missed her. So obviously, Woody's going to go look for her. Boom, the end. And then obviously, you can now create a toy out of nowhere. And this is how you've got Sporky.
Alternatively, don't fill in the blanks. Leave the mind open to imagination, because what they said, that little throwaway line in Toy Story 3 when they said, like what happened to Bo Peep and Woody's size, that spoke volumes. You didn't need a whole movie about that. The way that the movie the third Toy Story movie flipped the entire narrative on its head, and we realized this isn't about the toys. This is about Andy, and Andy is all of us. That was fucking genius. Toy Story 4 didn't need to do that. And also people are like Sporky or Forky or whatever he's called. It's like, cool, a toy with an identity crisis. Seen this before, right?
And told much better.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. No. Republic Production says The Good Dinosaur, that movie is hot garbage. Nope. Disagree.
No.
Movie Mount says, Nico, speaking of Toy Story, are you looking forward to Lightyear? So much. I'm dying to see Lightyear because of the premise of the movie. You've heard what it is, yeah?
Yeah. It's the astronaut who inspired Buzz Lightyear, the toy.
It's even better than that. Apparently, this is all I heard coming out of CinemaCon. Apparently, the movie opens with a black screen and says, whatever year Toy Story came out was 94, 95, yeah. I believe. In 1995, a young boy named Andy got a toy called Buzz Lightyear. This is the movie that inspired that toy. And I heard that. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. I'm in like hell for that. So this is the movie that Andy watched that created the Buzz Lightyear craze. So we're like in the universe within the universe here. I'm in like fuck for that.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
That's cool. Right.
Does it not break the original story though? If Andy had watched the film, because it was meant to just be like the new craze toy. It wasn't.
Yeah, the new craze toy that came from this film.
I'm not saying no, but I'm just like, it was an advert. Like, just work with me on this. If Woody was that favorite toy of all that time, he would have been a bit more familiar with who Buzz Lightyear was if it was the film that inspired.
Well, what's to say he wasn't familiar? The movie opens with with essentially building up to his birthday party where he gets the Buzz Lightyear toy that everyone's been wanting. What's to say that this new hot toy that everyone's after isn't because of the new hot movie that everyone has seen? Now we know it's because of the new hot movie that everyone's seen.
Right. Well, who knows? Interesting take.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Republic Production says the best trilogy ever is Star Wars, the original trilogy. Nope. Big Tone's got it right here. Yep. Lord of the Rings. No Grease. No, that's a bad Francis. No Grease. Dan the Tech, I'm not even bringing up that comment about Toy Story and Lord of the Rings.
You can't do that.
Toy Story is way better than Lord of the Rings. No way, shape, or form. Never know how. No way. It's
for the benefit of the podcast.
Nope.
Just leave that.
Billy Mount with the banter. The Expendables trilogy is the best trilogy. I would listen to that argument.
I mean, it has its own style. There's no denying that. It has a market. Put it that way. It has a market.
Jackie G says, I thought Buzz was a space hero that got a toy in honor of him. So did we all. And then this shit came out of CinemaCon that apparently Lightyear is about the movie that inspired the toy. Which to me just sounds
interesting.
I'm so excited for that idea. That in the hands of Pixar, I am buzzed about.
No pun intended.
Oh, actually, well played. Now that you've said it, there definitely is pun intended.
Right. Where are we at?
Republic Productions, no. I've seen the comment, no. That's your number. That was your number 5, yes?
No. We've done Toy Story, and then what was your number 7? What was your number 6?
The Good Dinosaur, which you punted.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Right. So we're up to my number 5. Available also on Disney Plus. Dinosaur.
It's very funny you say that because that's my number 5.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Nah, it's fine. It's both our number 5.
Yeah. I didn't know if I was going to enjoy this at first.
Is this your first time watching it?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. I wasn't sure, and I felt like they were stealing tropes from absolutely. So you remember how I said Walking with Dinosaurs, the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Very kind of similar, and I felt that they stole a lot from another film that will be coming up later.
Oh, so much.
Elements of Jungle Book / Lion King, and I was like, this film is an identity crisis. But I like the way how they worked with the live action and superimposed the animated.
So much.
Yeah, I was like, they've done really well with this. Like when they used real terrain, and then eventually I actually started to really appreciate the story, even though it's a rehash. It's the biggest rehash ever.
It's a complete rehash.
It was interesting. So we're talking about a baby dinosaur by the name of Aladar.
When they got to the end, I was like, "Oh, look, the Great Valley."
Literally, yeah. A baby by the name of Aladar who gets adopted by monkeys. Sound familiar, Mowgli? Anyone? But anyway, yeah. So he gets adopted. They want to reject him, but one monkey says, "Okay, well, you get rid of him to Grandpa Monkey." Grandpa Monkey finds a heart, keeps hold of him, and from there, we flash forward to a couple of years. He still hangs around with the monkeys. The meteors attack Earth. Half the population's wiped out. Dinosaur population's wiped out. They're crossing. They're looking for the Holy Green Land. They meet some old dinosaurs. He meets other Aladars because that's the way they can describe his species of dinosaur. And yeah, bit of a conflict along the way. I shan't go any further. Don't want to spoil. Is there anything you would like to add?
Not really. Like, you've kind of covered the grounds well there. I like the animations on the Allosauruses. I thought that was really cool. Do you know what I like? It was a weird thing. Everyone always talks about, you know, the rogue gallery dinosaurs, right? You've always got your raptors, you've always got your T-Rex, you always got your Triceratops. Usually you have a Brachiosaurus or a Brontosaurus, you know, a long neck crop up here or there.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever seeing an iguanodon being made front and center.
No.
Was that fair play? I like the fact that this is the dinosaur you chose. Because I'm a dinosaur nerd. So on that basis, I was like, cool. But yeah, it's trope city, isn't it? It's literally trope and rip-off city, but Republic Productions says Nico, rank all the Star Wars movies next to all unsubbed.
There's an episode of it. There's an episode.
We actually did with Big Tone, who's in the chat right now. We have done Ant D. We have ranked all the Star Wars movies, but for the risk of losing a subscriber, because I can see Republic Productions, there's clearly a Star Wars influence here. Give me a second and I'll write them down. And because
would you like me to? Oh shit, it's your. That was your number 5 as well. So I can go to my number 4 if you wish.
No. Do you know what? Republic Productions, do me a favor, just because it's my turn to do my number 5. Let me do my number 5, then I'll give you my.
Dinosaur, isn't it?
It was Dinosaurs, so it's your 4. Crack on.
Yeah. So
don't punt me.
No. So this is the one that you kind of like shout on me for because there was no actual reptiles in it. I'm going with Ice Age, potentially Ice Age 3, just for the sheer story. But I'm going to just break it down because they are a bit of a mix-up to me as to which one is which. And I can't remember a dinosaur from a bloody saber-toothed tiger in these films. We all know that AJ is partial to his own version of Netflix and what have you. We're not going to advertise it, but I've had a way of finding films when you can't find them elsewhere. I'm not opposed to paying. I have subscriptions to all of the streaming services, be it Disney Plus, be it Amazon, be it Netflix. I'm involved. This was in my younger days, and I was desperate to see Too Fast, Too Furious. This is the truth, how it happened. Anyone remember the name LimeWire? Yeah, I nearly killed my computer looking for Too Fast, Too Furious, and somehow or another, Ice Age popped up, and I was like, "What?" But I was just not.
You better start talking about Ice Age 3 really quickly, my friend.
I was going to say, I'm putting it into one. Why I love the franchise, because I can't take it any other way. Ice Age came up, and I was just too lazy to go back to my computer because I'd already set myself up and watched it. And it was one of those things I wasn't into. You know how we talked about how everyone seems animation is just for kids? That was my initial reaction. I was like, I'm not gonna enjoy this. I ended up laughing way more than I anticipated to. Scrat, who I thought was going to be front and center of the story, was barely seen, which I actually enjoy. And that's the thing about Ice Age. From then, I actually signed up to the rest of the films, and I've had fun with them. I'm not going to say great fun to make them like the world's greatest dinosaur cartoons or anything like that, or prehistoric cartoons. No. But it's something I've followed because the initial film gave me a journey. As I said, 1 to 4, 1 to 3. It's been a bit of a mix-up. So thanks to Nico, where I could have gone slightly deeper with number 1, I can't remember number 3. I'm also vamping because he's writing a Star Wars list at the moment.
Keep going,
so
keep going. I'm nearly there. Keep going, I'm nearly there.
So we could have gone deeper. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take it to the comments. That's what I'm going to do in this very decent time. Right, so then, while we're... Oh, yeah, Frank has said that. LimeWire, baby. Jackie's also said Ice Age 3 is the one with the dinosaurs. Jackie, I really wish I could remember which one was which. Republic Production says, finally a good opinion. Ice Age for the win. Sadly, Nico says there's no dinosaurs in that. I'm doing this backwards, guys. I do apologize. Gavin says to Republic Productions, Force Awakens is a great film in its own right. Rehash or not, do the spaghetti westerns fall under the same banner? Interesting. Here we go. Republic Production says 5, 4, 6.
No, come on. I want to test your Star Wars knowledge, my friend. Read those numbers out like they're movie titles. Come on.
Why are you doing it? Because you're just buying yourself time.
Because I know you can.
Okay, guys. So Republic Productions, you're going to go for this because I wasn't a Star Wars guy and I crammed them all in for the thing for the sake of the Rushmore. So 5 would be Rise of the Skywalker. 4 would be A New Hope. 6 would be... It's not Force. What came after Force Awakens? It wasn't the last Sky. It wasn't Rise of the Skywalker.
Come on, bro. Original trilogy, part 3.
Oh! Oh, yeah, 4, 5, 6, of course. Not Empire. It's... shit.
This is painful. Maybe
because I'm being put on the spot. If I was there... Return of the Jedi.
Thank you.
3 is Revenge of the Sith.
Oh no! Republic Productions, you got a problem. If Revenge,
don't do that while you've got me renaming the fucking films, you twat. Now I'm thinking, like, oh no. So I'm
you're spot on, AJ. That's the vetoed piece of shit.
3 is Revenge of the Sith. 1 is Episode 1. Is that what they call it?
No, I love you. I'm gonna stop you.
I can't remember.
Let me take this. Now, Republic Productions, we are going to get back to dinosaurs after this because this is not a Star Wars episode, but you have threatened to unsub, so I'd rather not lose you if you're a new subscriber. The worst Star Wars movie categorically, this may make you unsub because it's your number 4, but it's both AJ and I's worst, is that abominable, unlimited powering piece of shit
coming in now.
I don't care. I have the voice here. Not Rise of Skywalker. That's my number 10. Revenge of the Sith is a tremendous pile of shit. It is an abomination to cinema and to Star Wars. I don't have even time to get into that fucking steaming pile of cow shit here. That's the worst. Revenge of the Sith is categorically the worst. Rise of Skywalker is my number 10. Attack of the Clones is my number 9. Last Jedi is my number 8. Solo in at 7. Return of the Jedi at 6. Rogue One at 5. Phantom Menace at 4, which I know is not popular. I love Phantom Menace at number 4. 3 is The Force Awakens. 2 is A New Hope. And 1 is Empire Strikes Back.
Cool. So... here we go. Francis is
yes to Gavin.
Shout out.
Yes to Gavin. Prequels are the bottom 3 easily. Yes, prequels are shit.
Then says 5, 4, 6, 3, 1, 7, 2, 8, 9. Frank says LimeWire stepped up when Napster went legit, didn't it? Just in between that, I used to have audio. I had Audio Galaxy in between that. It was awesome, but didn't do films. Francis Lalonde says, I'm with AJ and Ice Age, breaking the ice for me regarding animated flicks. Why did that just do that? Okay, here we go.
It's being weird tonight, StreamYard.
Can we on?
StreamYard is being temperamental tonight.
Okay, so it wasn't me. Jackie Gomez says, the first Ice Age is incredibly good. Great story, funny characters and heartfelt moments.
Agreed.
Shout out to Carlos Saldanha, the Brazilian director of the movie. Cool. Gavin is clapping for Francis. Breaking the ice. Win MX. Didn't have that one. Republic Productions. Nico, your Bond ranking was very interesting. I'd swap Spectre and No Time to Die on the list, though. No Time to Die for me but Spectre was hot trash. Spectre was that?
Bond dying was hot trash. Carry on.
5 is Empire. Oh, thank you. Yeah, sorry, bro. Okay, we're gonna leave it, guys. I was put on the freaking spot, right? Like, no,
oh no, I'm on a live podcast and I was put on the spot. You literally voluntarily do that each and every week. That's the point of being live.
I'm not here to come and proclaim for the franchise that I don't adore, like the rest of you Star Wars lightsaber carrying guys. Why is oh my god AJ still floating on the fucking screen?
I'm telling you, man, StreamYard's being dodged tonight.
Right, actually, like Spectre, we'll move it there. I think Spectre was the one I enjoyed.
Revenge, Republic Productions, Revenge of the Sith. The worst got to be a fake opinion. Tommy. No.
It's terrible.
Keep your unlimited power. Keep your high ground. Keep your fake swingy lightsaber fight where the lightsabers don't connect. Keep arise, Lord Vader. It's like keep all that shit. Thank you. I don't need it.
The Emperor is the biggest letdown. I've said it before. I get it. He was building up to unlimited power.
Fuck that movie.
He was just screeching more and more and more to a degree that I was like, "What is happening here?" And when he screamed "unlimited power," I was written off. That was it. It was done for me. It was done.
It's awful. It's fucking awful. It is awful. Back to Dinosaurs.
Yeah, you're number 4, sir.
Peter Jackson's King Kong.
So I've always said that I've never actually been able to finish the film.
Swear down, why, what, how?
Do you know what? I brought the DVD. I started. It was a bit long. Nothing more. Not to say I wasn't enjoying it, and I just didn't go back to it. I nearly went with Kong, Skull Island, but they weren't dinosaurs.
They were not dinosaurs.
So
they were absolutely Kong 2005. I don't know why it gets this weird like. Let's use the Superman Cal. It gets this weird fucking hatred, and I don't get it. It's like it's a bit bloated and long in parts, but okay. It's way better than Skull Island. It's way better than Skull Island.
Coming up last time.
It's got really groundbreaking effects. Like this is the Weta Digital team in 2005. I feel like that the concept behind a Brontosaurus stampede, I thought that's genius. I love everything about that. And then to up the ante, to have like Kong facing off against like a fucking horde of Tyrannosaurs, I was like, that's awesome too. I'll have that all day long. Like the King Kong Tyrannosaurus fight was epic. Like he's fucking holding Ann Darrow by the foot while one's munching on his arm and he's pushing off the other one. It was like, give me this all day long. This is great. Yeah, I love that movie.
I'd love to comment. It's just one of those. I've never hated it. I felt it was a bit long. As you know, I'm not. Here we go. I'm really opening myself up to the hate here. I know it's coming. I'm not the biggest Jack Black fan. Right? I thought he was really stellar in this. The performance, the subdued Jack Black, I thought he was absolutely tops, and that also was something that gave me something to enjoy about the film.
I'm seeing a few people actually liking this too, so I'm very happy to see that, guys. Because I was under the impression that a lot of people hated this movie.
I remember it last time when I brought up Skull Island, and everyone came up with they would have gone with Jackson, so I knew it had love.
Good, that's good. Because, yeah. It's. Do you know what surprised me? We're seeing Adrian Brody doing action. I was like, okay. When he did it in this, and when he was in Predators, like the sequel to Predator, I was like, you're the only thing that doesn't fit here, which is weird because you're a very good actor, but in an action movie, you just don't fit. But bro, Jack Black with well directed is serviceable.
Listen, Jack Black works, right? I remember the first time I ever saw Jack Black was Cable Guy, which he was a sub character and kind of it was okay. Then I started seeing other stuff that he was doing, and the films didn't work for me. I can't remember what it was, but I was like, because at first I thought it was kind of cool. Then I found it was like winding me up. I have an absolute hatred for
Shadow Hal, brother. Me too.
That movie so badly, so badly. And it was just those kind of films. And School of Rock, I was just like, oh, whatever. You're into rock and you're trying to show that you could do you've got a rock band. I felt like it was more self-promotional than a film.
Self-promotional. It's like cool. Adults showing off the kids. way to be a rock star.
Yeah, and that's what I was just like. So that's what it was. And then, you know, even for what he does in Jumanji, I really appreciate it. But this one brought me back into giving Jack Black a chance, essentially. So that's why it gives a time of day for me to say I want to finish it.
I love this movie. Definitely one I would buy on Blu-ray when it's been remastered in 4K, because that thing on a big TV will look awesome. No. Anyway, over to you, sir. You're number 3.
Right. It was the punch from earlier. The Good Dinosaur.
Yeah, this film gets unfair stick. First off, I think what they did with the special effects in this film, excluding the dinosaurs, I wasn't the biggest fan of the actual modeling of the dinosaurs.
Animated. It felt
very animated, but the world they inhabit, like the effects of things like the mud, and do you know what made me go whoa was the foliage, like the leaves and the grass and all that was like, holy shit. You know, it's always like in those movies you get like a material or an element or like that, what was in Despicable Me 3, we both looked at each other and went, Jesus Christ, like the effects they've done with like the plastic in this is like, whoa. Good Dinosaur.
It just shows you how close to reality you can actually be, isn't it? Yeah.
It's mental. Story was meh. You know, this is not. You know what? So this is not in the echelons of great Pixar movies. This is not a WALL-E or an Inside Out or a Toy Story 3.
Here's the thing. I always remember when this film first came out, and I remember you and Zane talking, and I remember you asking him, had you seen it? And he's like, yeah, I've seen it, and because the ending was sad. And I always remember like, and you were like, oh my God, what a sad ending. I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for it. I nearly were. I was like, ooh, it actually did hit me harder than I thought it would.
Right? You well up a little bit, right?
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Hey, didn't expect that one.
Right.
So yeah, for that, and I mean, again, it's one of those basic stories. Again, very reminiscent of Lion King to me. It's the one who needs to prove himself, loses daddy becomes the foreshadow. It's a bit of a spoiler, but it's there. But
do you know the part that made me well up? Sticks.
I thought so. Do you know what? I always thought I watched it and I thought that was kind of touching. And I remember I was like, I'm sure Nico said to me, remember the sticks. Remember the sticks. It was the sticks, but it was also the circle, man. Just the circles in general. I was like, the way the circle came back, I was like, damn.
And it was the way, without saying anything, he gave him that reassuring pat. I was like, this is actually fucking getting me.
Yeah.
Really getting me here.
Yeah. It was,
I think the good look, it's a mid to lower range Pixar movie, but in a world of Pixar, that is not saying anything bad. It's better than all of the Cars movies, for instance. I'd say it's better than Brave.
You know, it's one of those things where it still knows how to hit certain dramatic notes, but in terms of a full-bodied story, it's been seen before, and that's what kind of hurts. You kind of know where you're going with it, you know? You didn't expect the end, because the whole time, and I'm not getting into it, but you're like, so how is this going to work in his world, you know? How will they make it happen? And they're like, oh, you're looking for one ending, you got another. Boom. But apart from that, where do you say that this is an original story? Like, you know that the Cowardly Dinosaur's gonna build up. It's nothing more than that. And that's what I think that's what reduces its ranking. It's not a bad movie by any means. It's just there.
Yeah. Francis Lalonde says, Nico, how does the Good Dinosaur background compare with the Iron Giant? This is going to surprise a lot of people. I would personally pick the Good Dinosaur over the Iron Giant. Not that I think it's a better movie. I think the Iron Giant is a superior movie. The Iron Giant didn't give me a feels moment. Like that stick scene in the Good Dinosaur, man. It's so sad, and it's such a small part of the movie, but it really left an impression on me.
It's a way of communicating. In terms of communicating when standard communication isn't available, it really worked out well.
Yeah, it had enough interesting emotional beats that made me go, yeah. You're not top tier Pixar, but you get a pass. You definitely get a pass. Den the Tech says, good special effects don't make a good movie. I'm going to echo what my sister Jackie G says. Preach. No disagreement on from me there. Republic Productions. Nico, we need to do a live debate someday on one of the following movies: No Time to Die, Star Wars Episode 3, or The Good Dinosaur. I'll leave The Good Dinosaur because I'm not going to defend it that hard. No Time to Die and Star Wars Episode 3. Bring it on, my friends.
Do it.
Bring the rain. Bring the rain.
I'm more than happy to step back one day and just watch it. I'm more than good to see a debate go down.
Bonus content, man. We don't drop
I'm not saying it's
then.
going to be a Tuesday. No. But I'm just saying, like, don't expect to see AJ on that one. I will just sit back and enjoy. I will have my popcorn and just enjoy.
Republic Productions. If you want to actually do this for real, here's our email address. Contact me. Let's make it happen. I'm always up for a good online movie debate.
Do you know what?
Amicable, of course.
I'm calling Star Wars just because with a name like that, I reckon you guys can go deep.
Bring it.
Cool.
Bring it. Amicably, of course, I say. We will remain friends. We start as friends and we finish as friends. Big Tone and I have got the biggest disagreements and we're like the best bros. So we're all good. That was your 3, yeah?
Yep.
High ranking. Fuck me.
Have you seen the competition?
This is a fair point.
I did like it though. I shouldn't knock it. Again, I think it might help because it was like a first-time viewing. It's pretty fresh, but I did enjoy it.
My 3 movie you've never liked, and I adore this. Fantasia. So good.
Still to be finished.
You've seen the dinosaur part though, yes?
Probably. Can't remember.
It's like the second. It's like the. Sorry. Let me.
Is it before or after the Sorcerer's Apprentice?
It's like the second or third act. It's called The Rite of Spring. Like it's right at the beginning of the movie. I'm pretty sure it's what follows. The broomsticks.
Maybe.
It's sensational. It's aside from what I believe are going to be our joint second and joint first. I think this dinosaur passage is flawless. Played to the Rite of Spring, and it is haunting and harrowing. You've got all the dinosaurs grazing, the rain starts to drop, then the big basses, the big brass instrument starts kicking, and a T-Rex appears and starts chasing the herd. And the Stegosaurus, which is the slowest of all the animals, plods along, and it realizes it can't get away, so it turns and faces this awesome predator, while all of its friends watch on. And the movie doesn't shy away from repeatedly telling you, the friends are watching. It's like, I know, it's hard enough to watch. And, Steggy gives the T-Rex a run for his money, but the T-Rex literally eviscerates this thing. It breaks its neck, and you see, they show the life leaving its eyes. They show the tail, uncoiling, and all the friends looking on like, while this thing feasts, and it's like, well, this just went from Mickey Mouse to not for kids. Jesus Christ.
Good old Disney.
Poor. And then they showed the part after the meteor hit when the world was dried out and the dinosaurs were dying from thirst and dehydration and just, lack of air. I can't remember if it's somewhere between 7 to 15 minutes, the Rite of Spring passage. Some of the best dinosaur action I've ever seen. It's brilliant.
Out of interest, I haven't even looked at the comments. I'm going to click over to it now. What are people's actual opinions of Fantasia?
Gavin Mann says Fantasia is a Disney classic.
Fair enough.
And also says Big Tone and I have an unlimited friendship. You need to behave yourself. And Francis Lone says, shall I ask my good friend Mark Hamill to moderate the debate? Please, yes.
Oh, don't tease me.
Please, yes. Please, yes. Then the text says, what a great movie with great music. Gavin Mann goes on to say, it's so underrated. I actually forgot to include it. Francis Lalonde says, Fantasia's great. Love how it's split into segments. And Republic Productions, Nico, your previous sins are forgiven. Fantasia is an excellent movie. AJ, get on the Fantasia bandwagon, my friend. And to everyone in the chat now, have you seen the sequel, Fantasia 2, which is again
2000, no?
Fantasia 2000, thank you, which is shockingly good. It's not as good as the original, but you know what, you think it's going to be a cash grab. It's actually pretty fucking good. Yeah, Fantasia is a sensational film,
No,
mate.
I think it's to do with
That might be the first film I show Leia. That may be the first film I show my daughter.
The dinosaurs getting ripped to fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
See how I said that with a straight face, yeah?
I think, do you know what I think it is with Fantasia? And I've got to be honest. I think, you know, expectation. I was expecting just a story of the Sorcerer's Apprentice, and I'm getting all these different like mini stories. I thought, what the fuck is this? And just stopped it, and it's never been. Like, if you were to find that VHS now, it's in the exact same place because I know no one has ever.
Final part is so scary. Night on Bald Mountain. That's some scary shit. You need to watch Fantasia, bro. You really do.
You know what? 2005. No, that's not happening tonight. I was going to say I may watch it tonight. All right. Fair play.
Over to you then, mate. Sorry, that was just the wife answering.
So that was your number 3.
That was my number 3. So your number 2, please.
Right. I'm guessing we're at equal because
I mean, we must be. This is so bait what the top 2 are. Yeah. Land Before Time. Yep. That was also my number 2. You've got a better poster than me, so we'll just go with yours.
I mean, childhood drama, but this is one of those bits, like, you know, people
childhood drama, inspiration for Disney's Dinosaurs, right?
Yeah, people talk about Bambi's mum. I think Littlefoot's mum was one of those really heartbreaking moments as a kid, man. I also remember this film being one that was played a lot in school for us. Like, I don't know if you recall it, if you had the same treatment I did, but I'm pretty sure this film was played quite a bit. I'm sure I saw this in French and English in school.
No, I never had such luck.
Really?
No.
Yeah. I've seen it a few times. Yeah, it was the first time I saw it in school. And to be fair, it needs a revisit. It's been a very long time. I was shocked as hell to know that The Land Before Time had 13 movies or something, man. I don't know. I don't know where this story goes after one, to be honest. But this journey of, like, literally baby dinosaurs on their journey to find hope, essentially, is the only way I can break it down. You know, and the challenges they come along the way, the predators that are after them, but it still works out okay. It's an amazing journey for these little kids or cubs or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, top movie.
It really is. I love the different dinosaurs being on display. I love the way that they've kind of given them these, you know, wannabe semi-poetic names, like the Brontosaurus is a long neck, you know, a 3-horn. It's great. It's really great. You are a spike tail. I will call you Spike. You know, it's got this childish innocence to it. Me. I Petrie. You know, it's really cute.
Well, there you go. Now you've got Leia's first film.
Remember, I told you it was always in the discussion.
Yeah, well, it should be.
Yeah, it was Star Wars or Land Before Time. Those were always kind of the two I would
go Land Before Time. It's easier to digest. I'm not saying don't show her Star Wars.
Not the Lion King.
I mean, do you know what it is? I think if you start older, it's one of those sins that we all had growing up. If you start with Lion King, the animation for Land Before Time is going to be way too old for her. If you can't find like a redigitized version of it, reanimated version. So it might just look too old. She may lose interest. Whereas if you start with that and build up, it's something she might appreciate more.
Yeah, I'd go with that. Yeah, the mother's death in The Land Before Time, hugely traumatizing. Even more so, what I find traumatizing is when he sees his shadow and thinks she's still alive.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking. But it's got a really lovely soundtrack. I love the hand-drawn watercolor animation to it. I think that's lovely. Yeah. Not much to add, mate. It's a classic. It's an absolute classic of a film.
There we are. Okay. I cannot remember who brought this film up, but now when we're talking about
your worst, yes.
right, the thing that allowed Kung Fury to survive, the thing that allowed Velocipasta, mind you, Velocipasta was always going to be a 10 because these are films that I believe, we talked about Mario and we're like, they knew they were going to be bad, so they just took the liberty, they pushed it, yours is coming, so there's a. Oh, okay. I see where your punt is. I will bring up why it made me laugh. Obviously, it wasn't going to be number one. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, we haven't discussed it. No, I was like, okay, we'll discuss it then when you bring it up. My friend, these are low budgets with unknown actors, short of like your Arnie's and whatnot coming back. Take Denise Richards and Paul Walker.
What?
And put them in Tammy and the T-Rex. Oh, good Lord, what a heap of shit. Now, let me tell you something. You can imagine, I'm telling the missus, we have dinosaur movies. And I'm like, babe, you're going to love this one because it's called Tammy and the T-Rex. I've hinted at my girlfriend's name. Her name's Tammy. So I'm like, yes, here we go. We're going to watch Tammy and the T-Rex. It's going to be fun. Paul Walker's in it. Denise Richards is in it. Oh, where does one start with this heap of shit? So we have Denise Richards dating like the school bully, and you can see Paul Walker kind of flirting with her, and I could treat you better, this, that, and the other, right? That kind of story kicks off. Then you see Paul Walker and the bully getting into an exchange because it's a whole "why are you talking to my girl" kind of thing. And when you see people want to take the piss out of WWE and they do all the fake fighting, this had worse fighting than that. This is some of the worst choreographed fighting I've ever seen. Then it comes to a point where the guy grabs Paul Walker by the junk and he squeezes.
No,
bro, I listen to me because it's coming and this is the truth. He's squeezing Paul Walker by the junk, and you can see Paul Walker's face like, oh my god, no. And then, what do you do to get the guy to leave you alone?
This is Fast and Furious. R.I.P. We love him, Paul Walker.
This is Fast and Furious, young as fuck, mind you, because this film is in like 1994. Yeah, he was young as hell. Yeah, he grabs the guy back, and then I think it's the police come and try to intervene between the two of them. Right at this point, it's let go and free. Neither of them let go, and then they're like, out of nowhere, from Paul Walker's face, and I'm not joking here. I am not joking here. Paul Walker's face, from being in like excruciating pain from being squeezed, they're like, "Hey, why were you not hurt?" He's like, "Of course I'm not hurt. I'm wearing a cup." And I swear to you, it was like, "So why the fuck were you faking it at first?" Like, it was such weird bullshit, right? Then mysteriously,
is this the Stoner movie?
Maybe you'll appreciate it then. Again, I don't partake. That like the only sad thing is that Tammy, my Tammy, did not get a chance. And the funny thing is, which really wound me up, all the posters call it Tammy and the T-Rex.
For some reason, T-Rex and the Tammy.
No. For some reason, she's called Tanny in some areas because it literally said Tanny. And I was like, is it called Tammy? Is it called Tanny? I don't know, but that's who Denise Richards is. So anyway, long story short, we've gone through to that. Now, mysteriously, Denise Richards is picking up the phone. She's not dumped the other guy yet, okay? She has not dumped the other guy. Calls Paul Walker. Hey, how you doing after the fight? I'm okay. Come over. What? Yeah, come over. I want to see you. What do you mean? I'm tired of being alone. I want you to come over, but don't park in front of my house. Climb through the window so my parents can't see. And you're like, but hold on, aren't you meant to be with the other dude? I swear to you, all of this happened. Yeah. Then 2 girls see Paul Walker climbing through the window, so they call the bully boyfriend, who mysteriously starts knocking at the door really loud, and the parents are like, "Oh my god, don't let him in." This is all in the beginning. I swear to you, this is the shit that goes on. Now you're wondering, where does the dinosaur get involved in this? So someone has built. I'm
wondering what the fuck a dinosaur has to do with this movie,
bro. This is why it's the worst. This is why it's the worst, because the bully gets in a fight with Paul Walker, even though they're like, "Oh, we should call the police." He gets held back. The fight kicks off. Paul Walker gets escorted into an ambulance. These doctors before have made a T-Rex, yeah, but a robot T-Rex. Out of nowhere, they're now like, how can they make a T-Rex better? By inserting a human brain. So yes, Paul Walker, who's still alive, gets knocked out. They take the angle grinder to his head and remove his brain.
No, come on.
Bro, I swear to you on everything. This is the film.
This is a Stoner film, AJ. I'm telling you.
They put the brain in the dinosaur.
But it's a robot dinosaur.
But he's no longer a robot because now he's being operated on his own.
He's
kind of
sentient.
like a T-1000. Yeah. So this is what we're doing now. And then it gets Like,
it is a T1000, a T-Rex 1000.
T-Rex 1000. Like, I was really hoping this film. I thought it would be cheesy. Yeah, I didn't think it would be this bad. There was a point I nodded off, and my girlfriend prodded me, and she woke me up because you just missed it. The dinosaur was using the payphone to call his girlfriend, and I'm still like, when did the dinosaur become the girlfriend? Because she said it. I missed it. I haven't had a chance to rewind yet. I finished it without her. She still was like, I want to see how this shit film ends. You don't even want. I could spoil it, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone who may want to watch this film. But it gets worse. It actually gets worse.
I don't think anyone should watch this film unless they're under the influence of drugs or alcohol.
I was going to make a wrestling joke, but I'm not going to do it. But yeah, you would have to be taking the Hardy Highway. Like, it's bad. It's
too soon.
Maybe, but it's bad. It is bad. Like, you need to be taking something to watch this film. It was terrible.
Billy Mount wants to know, did you watch the uncut version, which is apparently PG-13 and has all sorts of blood and gore?
It has some blood and gore. Like, there's this cheesy part where this guy goes for a pee and he sees the dinosaur. So you will actually, Billy, you'll be able to confirm it by this. He goes for a piss and he's like, who put this here? A fake dinosaur in the middle of someone's garden. As he's pissing on the dinosaur's foot, Paul Walker's dinosaur, who doesn't talk, just roars all the time, yeah, just raises his claw and scrites down, and you see this guy like holding his gut and then drop. It was absolutely terrible. I know we've had our hippopotamus debate. I don't think you can find a redeeming factor in this. The acting was the shit, and I really thought, like, oh my god, we've got Paul Walker. Like, it's there. Like, it's not a thing. Let's bring up the poster one more time. It's legitimately the people we're talking about. You can see it in their faces. That is definitely Denise Richards that you know. That is definitely Paul Walker that you know. R.I.P.
Fuck.
It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. And where those other films embrace the terrible, I'm still not sure what they were doing with this. I'm like, did you?
I actually need to watch this.
I'll hook you up. But bro, and when you see the ending, oh my god, the ending. I'm not going to spoil it for you. But you know,
no spoiler. I don't give a fuck. But
okay, I need to see 5 people put it up because I don't want to do it. Do you guys want me to give the spoiler away as to how this film ends, or are you guys going to go look for it? The first 5, just yes or no. It's really terrible. Yeah. Okay, Billy says yes. Francis is like, I need to, okay, right? Everyone's saying spoiler. Okay. So you know in films how we're going to play the game of we need to, Republic Productions is also looking for the spoiler. Gavin says it can't get any worse. Here we go. It gets worse. And then also asks for it. So, you know, like now we're trying to figure out how to transplant the brain back into a human. We've got this
the human who died, yes?
Yeah. So obviously now they're looking for dead bodies to put it into. Yeah, and I swear to you, this is a thing. They're trying to find humans, and they keep saying no. And the first one ends up being a black guy. She's got this homosexual black guy. Who's like, I hope this isn't a racist thing. Anyway, long story short, it was all kinds of cheesy shit. There's the government who get involved, or the police who get involved. I can't even remember. It was really bad. And then, you know, the evil people who created this T-Rex were like, that's a robot. And they're like, I can't even remember the cheesy line that I was going to lead up to, but it was like, anyway, we'll forget that. But anyway, how does the film end? Paul Walker's brain is now connected to a camcorder, right? It's now connected to a camcorder, and I swear to you on everything. And it's got his voice like a robot. They've got like a slight reverb to make it sound robotic. And I swear to you, it's got Denise Richards being like, "Hey, baby, so you ready for some action?" It's like, "Oh, hell yeah!" And I swear to you, she starts doing like a little kind of strip tease, and you can see like his brain is in this kind of like water. Like some little gunk that's keeping it there with all the wires. And as he's getting excited, the water starts to boil. And it's like, oh my God, no, like calm down. Oh my God, this is great. And it starts to like fizzle up with water. And it's like, you need to find me a body. I can't take this teasing anymore.
I need to see this movie.
I swear to you, on everything, this is a film. On everything, this is a film.
I need to see this film.
Bro, yeah, you'll have it by the end of that.
Fuck.
So
I don't really know where.
Francis says the penis got him, quite essentially, yeah. A Discord server, would that allow us to like do a watch along to this or something?
I don't use Discord, no.
Yeah.
Jesus wept, AJ. You've kind of left. What?
Yeah, this is from the director of Matching
I have
Me.
so many questions for you. Like,
AJ, please. Then don't worry, bro. It's not really a shareable link, sadly. But
when
yeah.
you.
Bro, the name. Don't get me wrong. I knew it was going to be cheesy because I heard.
Stop. Question time. What did you search to get this movie? Because it was not movies with dinosaurs.
I swear to you, films with dinosaurs. I will do it right now. I will do it right now and get this to come up for you. I
Lie.
will do
Films with dinosaurs.
films with a dinosaur. That's been the search I'm doing.
Nowhere does this come up.
Bro, I swear to you, I can't remember where it was. It's in there somewhere. Dinosaur movies from the 90s. Let's see if it comes up there.
Fuck me, Tammy and the T-Rex. It is here. Watch. What's it on? It's on Amazon Prime. Oh my!
Yeah, you could pay the £2 if you want.
No, I won't. I'm good. Thank you.
But again, guys, it's there. It's there.
Fuck.
Gavin asked the question: is this de-edutainment? It essentially is. There's no way of
Jesus Christ, AJ.
Tammy and the T-Rex is the worst thing ever made by a human. Republic Productions, I can't disagree. Watch the movie, dude. If we don't get pulled down, it would be something I'd be willing to possibly put out there and just.
I legitimately thought that.
He's laughing at you. I'm good. Like, yeah, the £2 is. This is the sort of thing that Amazon should be ashamed of themselves for.
Yes.
Like, legitimately, and this is why I don't go for the charging module of Amazon Prime.
I know, Billy. I haven't seen Mac and Me.
I haven't either, sadly.
I'm supposed to be the independent art house guy on this podcast. What are you doing to me? Finding these obscure movies.
Again, I thought it wasn't going to be. I thought it was something I missed. Denise Richards, Paul Walker. I thought that it could not be this. I thought I was on a not blockbuster, but one of those 90s films I missed somewhere. Like Theodore Rex, I'm aware that I can't remember it or haven't seen it. It's in a slight fuzz to me. I thought it was in one of those. It's one of those 90s tropes we could talk about. No.
My brain's actually hurting.
It's a 15 because I remember when they started to do the angle grinder and I could see the
brain attached to a camera getting horny.
Jackie G says we need a watch party.
We may do. I won't be sober. I'm promising you that.
Fuck me drunk Rushmore. It will just be a watch party of Tammy and the T-Rex.
Like, fuck, bro. Are we going to get this film trending on Amazon? We bloody much, you know. All of the silver screen dudes, rush to Amazon now and buy this movie for £2.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Anyone who's not brought us a coffee but buys this, I truly appreciate you.
Big Tone be like, we should do a watch on for episode 3. Fuck me. Oh, Jesus. Jesus wept. I mean, you've given me quite a hard act to follow there for worst.
Do you understand why your worst wasn't so bad to me now?
No. No, don't even try that noise with me.
I'm not saying it's great. I'm not saying it's great, but it embraced
no. Let's talk about my worst. Sorry, Jackie. Velocipasta.
Now, I have to tell you why I laughed. And I tell you why. At first, I was like, where are we going with this, right? It's when it's room bad. It's room bad with the acting and the way.
The room, please. This is where you need to use one of your famous does.
The room bad. Now, the part that made me laugh, right, was he waves to his parents. The explosion takes place that you hear, and each time you look back, they're like VFX car burning. And I was like, this film is legit taking the piss.
Now, can I be honest with you? It took me 3 sittings to get through this film because this is a weird thing, right? For a movie which I was excited to see knowing that it was so terrible, it actually bored me.
See, I don't watch a lot of this crazy dumb shit, so it didn't get to me as bad as it could have. If you've seen this all before, it will do it.
It's not. No. So, and this is why I want to make a point for it. It's making me reconsider my worst, considering all the mad shit you've just said. There's a part of me that thinks this movie's brilliant because I just wait, not intentionally, but then there's part of me that thinks maybe it is intentionally brilliant. And the fact that I'm even having this train of thought in my head means, something's going on here, you know? But I kind of lean more to this is like, this is the Tracy Emin of movies. And if anyone fucking tells me she's an artist, just unsubscribe now. You're not welcome. Like, oh, you put a condom on the bed. You must be so brooding and deep. Okay, let me break it down. The first 2/3 of this fucking film bored me senseless because I was like, I get it. You're stupid, but you're not fun stupid. You're just kind of there. It's like, yeah, cool. You're a pastor. You've lost your way. You want to get all fucking Dark Knight and vengeful on the people who are coming to confess to you. Bah. Yawn. Where the movie got me was the last act. I had an out-of-body experience where, as I'm watching this thing, I said out loud, I actually laughed out. I went, ha! And I actually, okay, you got me. You fucking got me. It's when he went, I am your brother. I was like, no.
But this is where I was laughing because I was like, you're just literally taking the piss out of every moment that we can get.
The movie doesn't. Okay, so what you've just said is why I think the movie could be secretly brilliant, but I don't think it is still. If you break down every single stereotype in this movie, every single Hollywood stereotype exists within this movie. The top of the list for me is the misappropriation of Asian culture. It's like ninjas from China.
Oh, by the way, that there was that. All of that was bad. Him entering China was very reminiscent of when you went to Blair Witch. I was like, that's all that came to my head. I was like, I swear that's where they come.
Did you notice that they filmed every exterior scene in the same fucking place, like in the same clearing, in the same spot of grass? Like, no, but it had every single Hollywood stereotype in it, from Asian misappropriation, again, Chinese ninjas. And if you think, why aren't ninjas from China? You're part of the problem in that case. It had things like, the tart with the heart, the hooker with the heart. It's like, oh, good. We're doing this trope, are we? We're doing things like the master who is going to be lost. We're doing things like the family dynamic from what seems to be perfect peaches and cream, but it's actually a broken home. We've got the religious connotations. We've got the big Hollywood blockbuster moments with the explosions. We've got the narrative talking to the camera. Do you know the part, speaking of China, that I really actually like, that made me lol at the beginning, was when we were in this place of him, walking through this forest, and literally the title comes over saying China, and then he sort of goes,
China.
It's like, no, really? And it's like, nothing is explained. It's like he just sees random Chinese girl running through the forest being fucking arrowed down, and he cuts himself on a stone that she's holding that turns him into a velociraptor, and then he's got to contend with the hunger of a velociraptor while being a pastor. And it's like, but those two things aren't opposing dynamics.
It's not like Carnival meets her before. It's just,
you get me. It's like, you can be a hungry pastor, bro. That's cool. Like, no one's gonna you're not being sinful if you got a tummy rumble. You get me? Like, I actually thought it was boring. It was too boring until the last act happened. It got me in a few parts where the villains were doing the evil mwah. I was like, okay, you've got me. I'm actually laughing here. But
I'll be honest. For the 11th of time, I actually nodded off. Again,
twice. I nodded off twice.
But Kung Fury got me worse. I was like, how did I miss the end again? Twice.
Right.
twice on Kung Fury. I was like, how? It's a half-hour show. How did I do that twice?
They're
That's
not
why I
good
put it
because
on
they're
top.
not good and not fun. Velocipaster. Listen, did I laugh at the end when you've got a fucking man in a fucking body costume with a Velocipaster hat? Sure, there's so much that made me laugh in this movie for the worst possible reasons, but whereby I think there is something so irredeemably charming about The Room in the fact that it's trying to be serious and failing so fucking hard at it.
So this is what Jackie says, and I did hold back because it was.
I flip it around. I told Nico on Twitter, you can't compare it to The Room. The Room was a serious movie with serious acting, quote unquote. The Velocipaster knows it's awful all the way. Yeah, but here's the big difference. The Room, cult classic now. There's no two ways about it. That movie, 25 years on, is still being spoken about. That movie is still being shown every single Friday at the Prince Edward or Prince fucking
Charles.
whatever, Prince Charles Theatre. They have one showing of it every single week. The Room, people showing up with their spoons. Like it's cult status now, The Room. This is never going to get to that level. This will be laughed about amongst film fan communities, but it's never going to permeate pop culture the way The Room did.
So first of all, no, Francis, I personally have not seen Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter. I'm aware that
but I'd like to.
There was an Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, which I also
that was actually fucking awfully stupid and brilliant.
But Jackie says it. It's not even a B movie. It's an F movie.
It's not. It's a fuck movie. Yes. It is possibly the worst thing I've ever seen.
Here comes the question, though. Are you going to watch Velocipaster 2?
No.
Disaster Artist 2.
I'd watch that. I'd watch. Now, if it was announced that Tommy Wiseau was making The Room 2, I'm there. I'm 100% there. There's something. The Room is so terribly bad, but I enjoy it the way I think Jackie G enjoys this. I actually didn't enjoy this. You know, I was going in hoping for the tongue-in-cheek stupidity. Of course, I got it, but it was a bridge too far for me, this one.
Republic Production says
it's not a movie. I agree. It's not a movie.
It's stupid. It's stupid.
But calling a movie stupid is like it's old hack at this point.
Yeah.
There's no like label to give Velocipaster in objective film narrative critique. Like, it's beyond stupid.
You know, again, had dinosaur movies been a bit more exciting, or we decided that we were going to include more of our number one than our number twos, right? Allow sequels and shit. These films can't naturally fit into a Rushmore. And more to the point, the question comes in is, I understand the cult status. I understand the crazy fun because it made my list. I had a laugh, but it's how do you get away with this? Is what bugs me. You know,
you make it independently outside of the studio system, and then flaunt it at the film festivals and hope someone's high enough to buy it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Really simple. Anyone can make a movie, AJ. You either work or you don't work within the studio system. Shit, Christopher Nolan's first movie, that little 60-minute thing, he made that completely independently. It got picked up, you know? Anyone can make a movie. It's one of the hardest things in the world to do, but anyone can make a movie.
Yeah. You've offended Jackie. She's like, you guys are mean. Like, I don't want to say it's not a movie, because essentially it is. It's wacky as hell. It's stupid as hell. There is no sense to it, but it's what makes it what it is.
Yeah, Big Tone, you want to see it? Hang about. I'm sharing the link right now. Hold there, my friend.
Yeah, she found the link for it.
It's on YouTube for free, brother.
When I found the link I clicked was not available.
No, it's absolutely available. Hang on. I will... Let me get this shit for you.
So there were two things. First of all, we've got Gavin, who can't believe this film has had the most airplay from your list. So this is the funny thing. It had to, because Velocipaster was... We have a WhatsApp group which Big Tone is in, right? And in that group, we shared the picture of it. I think I'd stumbled across the poster of it, and our whole group...
Sorry to cut you off, mate. Sorry, just quickly. Big Tone and anyone who's interested, in the comment section, there's a YouTube link. That link is for Velocipaster.
Also, can
have
be
at
Facebook
it
if anyone's watching.
Have at it.
But this was something we laughed about and joked about. Of, oh my god, we need to see something this ridiculously stupid. We knew it was going to be crap, and it was there. We finally got to a point of where we got to watch it, And yeah, the reaction is what it is. Francis has also made something that's quite hilarious. Uwe Boll and Michael Bay present Velocipastor 3. Jesus,
Starring Will Ferrell.
that would just top it, wouldn't it?
And Hayden Christensen is the raptor.
No.
Sounds like a raptor role, to be fair.
Yeah, there we go.
Because the way that Hayden Christensen is in fucking Star Wars Obi-Wan, whatever.
Republic Production says, my brother and I made a low-budget movie in high school. It was the worst movie ever made, but had a good time making it. This is it.
Good.
Good. Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's about having fun.
And I got no doubt these guys had a blast making Velocipastor.
I'm sure.
Hey, yo. We're going to have you naked in your room. No, we can't do naked because we're not going through the Hollywood system. We're not going to be FCAA certified. Cool. You're going to be in your underwear. But we can't have labels on the underwear because, again, independent film, we can't do product placement. So we're going to have generic tighty-whitey underwear. And you're going to be sleeping after having had sex, but we can't show the sex. And then ninjas are going to burst through your bedroom. The fuck? It's
Weird. Right. Debate number one.
It is. And, Republic Productions called us up on this. I can see this number one coming from a mile off. Brother, you and the whole of the fucking world. Because as I said at the top of the show, this list, Republic Productions, I'm happy you've joined us. But, it's a shame that you're joining us on this episode where we haven't, vamped and waxed lyrical about movies that we're really, really passionate about and love. We haven't had much to pick from here. Don't know how the fuck we've still managed to do a 2-hour and 20-minute show. But there you go. This is slim pickings, this list. The number one is way too obvious, so let's just get it done.
Jurassic Park.
I have a better poster than that.
Go for it.
I think I like my poster. Haha,
that's nice. I like that.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good one. Again, Pod Squad, jump on. Yeah, it's
Big Tone's right. There is only one number one.
But this is what I was going to say.
And sorry, AJ, before we carry on, sorry to keep cutting you off, man. Movie fans, people watching us live, now is your time. Jump in the comments. Give us your 4, please. I want to know what your Rushmore is.
It's literally everything in the rest. It's this film and the rest. There are enjoyable films such as Land Before Time, The Good Dinosaur, hell, even Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Even the Flintstones, but when you're going to talk about the exposure, giving you a dinosaur, the feels of a dinosaur movie, nothing will give you that like Jurassic Park. Yep. Even Jurassic Park can't outdo Jurassic Park.
It can't.
And that's why it's number one.
It is truly one of, if not my favorite cinema experience of all time. To this day, nearly 30 years. Do you realize it is 30 years old next year?
Yeah.
To this day, this movie still looks good. It is generation defining. It is decade defining. It's film industry defining. You could show this movie to anyone of any age, who's new to cinema or who's maybe become jaded but not seen this, and say, let me show you why cinema is magic. Spielberg got you believing the dinosaurs could walk the earth. He got you believing that what you were seeing was real. Much like what this movie is, it so beautifully echoes John Hammond's words when, he's eating the ice cream and talking to Laura Dern, Richard Attenborough and Laura Dern having that great dialogue. For this place, I wanted to give them something more. Not some animatronics. I wanted to give them something real, something that they could see and touch. I'm like, I swear this is fucking Steven Spielberg talking through Richard Attenborough. Yeah. Because that line just resonates with me so perfectly. Like that scene with the raptors, terrifying. That scene with the T-Rex, terrifying. For AJ, the scene with the Dilophosaurus, terrifying. That opening where they see the Brachiosaurus, it's just like, what am I watching? To this day, I get goosebumps with that Brachiosaurus. I'm like, this is magic. This is what they call silver screen. This is what they call movie magic. This is once in a lifetime shit.
Yeah.
And the fact that we've been watching movies for more than 30 years now, and we've now seen 6 Jurassic Park movies, I stand by that it's once in a lifetime.
As I said, Jurassic Park can't outdo Jurassic Park, and that says a lot. There was nothing. There is not one of those films that you say, yeah. I'm not sure. There are some debates. Like, you could actually ask people to rank their Star Wars films, and you could actually get different debates. You could even do it with the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Hell, you could even get it with Toy Story. Jurassic Park is a 6-film franchise, and there is always one guaranteed number one.
Yep.
It is what it is.
It is. And it doesn't matter if you're talking about special effects movies, monster movies, jungle movies, Spielberg movies. Like, there are so many fucking weird and wonderful lists that this movie fits into. It's just timeless, bro. And it doesn't get boring. Every time I put this movie on, I'm back to being a kid again. I'm back in that fucking theater watching this for the first time, mesmerized by what I'm seeing. And I don't think it's going to age. No. Like, it still makes me go, what the fuck? Like, that T-Rex scene where it's munching the car, it's like, what am I watching? This is magic.
Footstep. It's just the first footstep. The water.
It's nuts.
Ripples of water gets you with this film. It's like, it's everything.
You know how they did the water in it?
Was it? I was going to say, go, because I know it was
violin string.
That was it, yeah.
Quick one from Republic Productions. What is your Bond actor ranking? Mine from fave to least. Dalton, Connery. Dalton's an interesting shout. Dalton, Connery, Craig, Moore, Lazenby, Brosnan. Brosnan, Connery, Moore, Dalton, Lazenby, Craig.
Very interesting debate with you two. It shall be indeed.
Right. Cool. So, listen, guys, 2.5 hours in, you always knew what our fucking number ones were going to be. But let's just read off a few of your Rushmores. Francis Lalonde says, Silver Screen Dudes, my Rushmore. Dinosaurs, The Valley of Guanji, Kung Fury, and Fantasia. Nice. Taki says, assuming it's only from one from each franchise, Night at the Museum, King Kong 2005, Toy Story, Jurassic Park. That's a very interesting list. Cook 45 says, Night at the Museum, Super Mario Bros. My man. King Kong, Godzilla. King Kong, Godzilla, Jurassic World, The Flintstones. You put The Flintstones above Jurassic World. Interesting. Toy Story, Fantasia, The Land Before Time, Jurassic Park. Very nice list. Gavin Mann says, Edward says, yes, it does, doesn't it? Fucking A. Nice pull, Gavin. Nice. Edward says a hand, Mrs. Doubt. I see. Yeah. Very nice. Loch Ness, Kung Fury, Night at the Museum, King Kong, 1 million years BC.
That's King Kong 1933, by the way, guys.
Yeah, King Kong 33. America, the Motion Picture, Chip and Dale, very high, and Toy Story. Nice. Toy Story 3 at number 1. And Big Tone says Jurassic Park, Land Before Time, Peter Jackson's Kong, and Godzilla vs. Kong, new one, kinda. Bearing in mind, Godzilla's not a dinosaur.
No,
people always forget that. Godzilla is not a dinosaur. And from Jackie G, we've got Jurassic Park 2, The Land Before Time, Kong. I love you, Jack. Sorry, Jurassic Park, The Land Before Time, Kong, and Velocipasta. I do love you, Jackie, so much. And Taki says, amazes me how the 5 movies since haven't even got close to the original, even though I like The Lost World. I'm a fan of The Lost World, and I think Jurassic World has redeeming qualities to it. Right. So
you were saying you think we should admit those two?
There is absolutely no point including Jurassic Park or The Land Before Time in the Rushmore. I will be very specific in the Rushmore. What is the Rushmore of dinosaur movies, excluding Jurassic Park and The Land Before Time? The 2 I would bat for would be Kong and Fantasia.
I feel like it's a weird battle because then the only other two I'd really want to put forward is Flintstones and Good Dinosaur.
Would you entertain dropping the Flintstones for the sake of putting 1 million years BC to have some classic element in there?
It had some defense, but I still feel it may get a bit of a battering. I don't know.
But are you happy with the two that I've selected at least?
It's two films I have both got in probably a similar space in terms of stop to need to come back to. That's a bit difficult. But
It's true, yeah.
It's something that I appreciate. The rest of the world appreciates, and I saw Fantasia come up a lot. But then, I mean, I know it's a steamrolling, but then I feel like
if you put Land Before Time or Jurassic Park in, one or the other or both. I mean, if you put both, Jurassic Park's creaming everyone. But if you put one or the other, they're creaming everyone.
All right.
I've got no issue with the Good Dinosaur going on there. And Jackie Gia says, I'm starting a campaign for Velocipasta.
Jackie, I honestly...
I love you, Jackie, but no.
It's coming up to like it's 11:05 here in the UK. Like I have work tomorrow. I would bat for you all day, but I know he will bat against it so hard that if we are gonna talk quintessentially diverse movies, it is.
So where's your classic movie?
Come again?
Where's your classic movie?
Fantasia.
Good answer.
Right, so here we go. So, I mean, essentially, there is no other film that will show up, short of Tammy and the T-Rex, there is no other film that shows a man turn into a dinosaur. So,
why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
Because I don't want to do Jackie bad, because I can, actually, essentially. If we are going to talk diverse, we have to categorize the B movie as well.
It's not a B movie, it's an F movie. It's not a movie. It's not a movie.
Even better.
It's not a movie. It's not a movie. It's not a movie.
In the comments, is it an F movie?
It's not a movie.
It has a start. It has an end.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It actually doesn't have an end if you've seen it. You know that.
Is it on IMDb?
It's a very good question. I wonder.
And it's not a series. It's not a TV series. That's a fact.
Fuck me, it is too.
Right. So it's a film.
Do you know I'll make you laugh? The Velocipasta has got a bigger star rating on IMDb than Prehysteria.
Can I also tell you something else? Velocipasta has a higher Rotten Tomatoes than Tammy and the T-Rex. I was actually shocked that Tammy and the T-Rex had 50%. I don't know who gave it that. But the facts are there. And I mean, 77% of people like this film, according to Google, which therefore says it's an interesting quirk. We've got the classic film, but do we?
I hate you. I hate you so much. Why are we even considering this?
Because
I'll be fair. I can't. Okay, here's me being open and fair. I can't remember what the list was. But The Room has made it onto a Rushmore for similar weird reasons as this. And I think you remember that.
Of course it has.
I mean, it got destroyed, but...
I mean, look, listen. If it wins, it wins. If it loses, it loses. We've taken out the obvious winner. In fact, I would even be tempted to put Jurassic Park back in to see what it does to Velocipasta. But I won't do that. But... do
you want to put Jurassic Park and Velocipasta in?
If Jurassic Park ever lost to Velocipasta, I don't know how I'd ever live with myself.
It will never happen. It will never happen. It will never happen. I will bet money on it.
If we look at Jackie's list, Jackie has Jurassic Park 2, not Jurassic Park 1. Just
yes or no? Do you want to put Jurassic Park and Velocipasta on?
I don't want to do it to Jurassic Park, just in case.
So no.
I'm not going to put both on. How would you feel? Your greatest cinema experience if it lost to the film that you said?
It won't. It won't. I have no fear. I'm not even sweating bullets on this one.
Let's do it then.
You actually want to do this? Okay. On your head be it, my friend.
I'm good. Jurassic Park, Fantasia, Velocipasta.
The only thing I don't know quite how to explain now is people are going to be saying, if you are putting Jurassic Park on, where was the Land Before Time?
Well, what are you willing to sacrifice? I could put it in. Right now, I've got 3 films on.
No, but you have to understand where I'm coming from. It is a genuine question. Like, why would we take Land Before Time off?
Because we have an animation. We have an animation in Fantasia. So it's your choice as to which one you would want to play with. Or it could be both. But then again, if we are going to... I actually believe I can make...
Okay, chat, comments, help me out here. Which animation do we put in? Fantasia or The Land Before Time?
And right now, I have 3 films, right? So we could put both in, but I don't think so. I think it'd actually be kind of cool to put the Flintstones in.
Then the tech thinks so as well.
Guys, would you like to see the Flintstones in there? I mean, they were probably everyone's first intro to dinosaurs. Let's be real. And we don't actually...
But I'm with Big Tony. He's like, don't put any of the big movies on. It's if you actually did want to put Velocipastor on and see how it fares fairly, but this is dead. Like, it's not about, Jurassic Park. It won't. It's going to do a 60-70% on this.
Okay. So, does Fantasia not fall under big movie then?
No.
And neither does A Million
No,
Years.
I mean, to us, in our weird little film family, yes, of course it does. On
And neither
Twitter,
does
no.
A Million Years BC.
Sorry?
The Million Years BC must definitely fall under big movie.
On Twitter, no. On Twitter,
everyone's
no.
Groundbreaking, bro. It's up to you, but I
here on our weird little film family.
And Twitter is that much more diverse than this group.
With We Love Movies going out to 12,000 plus people, yeah.
All right. But I feel like, apart from Velocipastor, I don't feel like we've got anything fresh, new. Like, we've got Fantasia and we've got fucking Million Years BC. What's the new?
Well, King Kong 2005, isn't it?
I missed a Good Dinosaur. Poor kid. Okay.
So I'm confused. We've got Fantasia, King Kong, Velocipastor.
Okay, so King Kong's in, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 3 for the time being, but... Hmm. 1 million BC, surely.
Let's do it.
Yeah?
It's fine. It's weird that... Anyway, I leave it.
No. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say the Fantasia thing, but Fantasia and King Kong, but these are my demons, not yours. And the rest of the world agrees.
You need to fix those demons, my friend. You need to get on where Jeff Hardy should be going to, which is some fucking therapy help with those.
I was like, whoa. I have anyway. But yeah. All right, cool. I will work with that. Jackie, by the way, I batted very hard there. I just please appreciate that.
Listen, ultimately, we've got to be consistent with our own fucking Rushmores here. The Room has made it onto a Rushmore in the past. We have to be fair. If we're putting The Room on for reasons of it's pure shithousery, Velocipastor has to go on.
Cool.
Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, the official Movie Mount Rushmore.
They've got a good point in. Like, I've seen 2 things saying Flintstones in like 2 seconds. 3 people have said Flintstones. Read the comments.
But I started the voice.
I'm just being fair. Love you too, Jackie. No, everyone's actually asked Francis behave. That is not Tammy, Velocipastor, Flintstones, and The Room.
Yeah, but listen, Tammy, do you want to do the top? Do you want to do the Rushmore of the worst dinosaur movies? Because we could do that.
It might be easier.
Velocipastor,
okay. Kung Fury.
Oh, this is actually interesting. This has just got a lot more interesting
because we know
Velocipastor, Kung Fury, Super Mario Bros. Okay. And Tammy and the T-Rex.
So Velocipastor. People are going to be like, what are these films? But let's do this. Here we go.
I love it. On a movie where we've just talked about the top 10 movies with dinosaurs, as in the best top 10, we are now doing a Rushmore of the worst 4 movies. Fuck it. Let's do this.
Okay. Velocipastor, Tammy and the T-Rex, Kung Fury, and what was the last one?
1 second, sorry. Velocipasta. What's this madness? Your film, Tammy and the T-Rex.
Tammy and the T-Rex.
I think.
Do you know how much it hurts me when your girlfriend's there and you wanted this film to be awesome for her because it's like her namesake, and it's like, nope, not happening.
You know what's gonna happen is that I think not mixed memorabilia. I think JT at We Love Movies is gonna be proper pissed with us this week. He's like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing to my polls here?
Just it is what it is. It is what it is. We know who 1 and 2 are. So what are we doing?
So Velocipasta, Tammy and the T-Rex, Super Mario Bros, and fuck, what was the last one?
Tammy, Velocipasta, Kung Fury.
Kung Fury, thank you.
So here's a question. Let's put it as a spin.
Good Lord.
Let's put this as a spin, though. Not what's the worst. What is the best of the worst?
Well, then Velocipasta has to win.
Well, some would say Super Mario.
What is the best, worst? What have we done? What have we done this week?
I love this. Someone's going to put, as someone replied on one of my last polls, what fresh hell is this? Thank you, Francis, because I'm sure that's what JT is going to be saying.
Cool. Can I do the voice now?
You can now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official Movie Mount Rushmore of best, worst movie with dinosaurs in no particular order is
Velocipasta.
I can't believe we're fucking doing this. Our second entry is
Tammy and the T-Rex.
Our third entry is
Kung Fury.
Our final entry into the Movie Mount Rushmore of best, worst movie with dinosaurs is
Super Mario Brothers.
Fuck me. This has been a joke. Right, I know people are going to be like, what are we doing next week? Pitching something to you, AJ.
Yeah, go.
As it's about to be summer. Top 10 movies. How did I phrase this? Because we did something similar to this last year. It was top 10 most anticipated remaining movies of 2022, or summer blockbusters or summer movies of 2022. We did something in,
but I think we've done our anticipated summer blockbusters already. So
last year.
Weird. No, I thought we done it for this year.
What?
I'm pretty sure we done it early on.
I don't believe so. Hang on, you've put doubt in my head now. Let me just jump onto our RSS feed. I think you're wrong here, mate. This year, you're saying, yeah?
Yeah.
So this year, we have done 70s movies, spy movies, movies about musicians, dystopian movies, movies with an animal in the title, movies that start with the ending, child star movies, prequel movies, Batman movies, the Drunk Rushmore, the top 10 action scenes, Irish movies for St. Patrick's Day, actors who broke typecast, quotable movies, con movies, movies with a puppet, long may that reign, actors who fizzled out, Nicolas Cage movies, jungle movies, and movies about the moon. We have not.
What happened near the end? So last episode or before last episode of the
our most anticipated movies of 2022 was there, but some of them have come and gone, bro. You appreciate this, yeah?
Fair play, yeah.
The Northman is gone, the Batman is gone, Top Gun is gone. These things are like au passé now.
Okay.
And we're going into the summer months.
Yeah, okay, because even Gavin, I get it. It was like, well, we did 2022. I mean, we listen. I'm up for it. Like, what's coming?
We did it, but there's a lot
feels
more.
Like a midway. It feels like a bit of a follow-up episode, which is fine.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that have been announced now since CinemaCon that are coming out this year.
Yeah, I'll have a look. See what comes up. Makes it easier and gives me a chance to build. Yeah, we could do that.
Good. So we can do that, and then we'll plan off air what the following one will be, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, man. Wicked. So
all right.
Take it away. Wrap it up.
Okay, guys. So thank you very much. Now, we have created the best of the worst. Yeah, the best of the worst dinosaur movie films featuring a dinosaur. Now it's over to you. You will have to head on over to our good friend JT at We Love Movies. We movie polls for you, and you get to vote for those 4 films. Once again, they are. Why did I close this? Velocipastor, Tammy and the T-Rex, Kung Fury, and Super Mario, which is essentially the best of the worst dinosaur movies. We all know what the top 2 are. Who reigns supreme in the terrible zone? We want to know who has that reigning hope. Who is the film you would go for? So that's the one we're going for, guys. Again, we will be retweeting it. So you can also head on over to our personal Twitter page, which is at Movie MT Rushmore. I will not be looking at scores. Otherwise, the top of the game does not go for. But it's your chance to vote for the best of the best of the best of the best of the worst, essentially. And in the end, to quote Hernanda, there could be only one. In the end, there could be only one. That's the one. So, guys, as usual, thank you very much. If, again, you are Live Squad, you could even be VOD Squad. Please spread the word to the Pod Squad and tell them you can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, TuneIn, Stitcher, GeoSavin, and search for Movie Mount Rushmore. We're available on all platforms. Thank you very much.
All platforms there. And guys, listen, if you've enjoyed the show, please do tell people to come and join us. Republic Productions, it's been great to have you joining us. Thank you. Welcome to our weird little film family. We are here every single Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. BST. So you're amongst your friends here. You're amongst family. We can definitely have that debate, but I hope I'm going to be seeing you back on the live show because it was very nice interacting with you. And as it is interacting with all of you each and every week. And as I've mentioned before, and as Den the Tech has just reminded me, if you have liked the show and if you have liked our content, you can head on over to buymeacoffee.com/movie dudes. And literally for less than the price of your daily Starbucks, you can support the channel. And all the money is reinvested into making the channel better for new software, for new streaming abilities, so we can keep delivering great content to you guys.
We may make a film, considering some of the stuff that's been released.
Jesus wept. But yeah, a bit of a gap filling next week, but there's a lot of cool, interesting films coming out that have been announced since CinemaCon that I'm really actually looking forward to talking about. We have got, mark your calendars, 3rd of July that week, either the Tuesday before, the Tuesday after, the 3rd of July, when it's AJ's birthday, we will be doing our next Drunk Rushmore.
Indeed.
Mark your calendars for that one. And lad in London, says Gavin. My man knows. My man knows. And yeah, so tune in next week. The top 10 remaining anticipated movies of 2022. Like the channel, share the video with anyone who you think may be interested. Do hit that subscribe button. But that's it from me, Nico Lurot. See ya.